Hey.
Yes.
Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday.
What up? What up? What up?
Okay, so I know normally we don't go straight into the topic, and we
Mm-hmm.
won't.
Mm-hmm.
But in my mind, I've been listening to "You Can Go Your Own
All right.
Way,
Mm-hmm.
Go Your Own Way." Ever since I knew what the topic was gonna be about,
Okay.
I've been
So
singing
been
that song.
singing it. Okay.
Yeah,
So that's been the theme song for we talking about
another
basically.
day. Yes,
Okay. Theme
yes,
music.
yes. Um, Let me tell you, since we never start the show, just going into the
Yep.
show, let me tell you the bullshit that
Duh,
happened to
duh.
me the other day. Okay, here's the thing, people. I don't like people all the time. I don't. I like people I know. People are in my circle. I love them. But for the most part, it's hard for me. We don't need to hear me sing. That's not my strength. That's not my ministry, is what they
it's
say
not. It's not
in the
your.
church.
It's not your minute.
Mm. So, I don't like dealing with, like, if you call me and you need something, just say what you need. I hate when people come to me and be like, "Hey, Nicole, how you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, girl, what's going on in your life? I ain't talked to you in a while. Blah, blah, blah.
but
You've been playing."
and then stop you. But girl, yeah.
And then go into what they need.
Uh-huh.
And, like, it sometimes depends. Some people can't even hold on to it too tough. Like, it's real hard. Some people be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway," and they go straight into it.
That's when they really need something. This shit is
No,
important.
that's when they really don't want to be bothered,
Oh yeah.
right? Like, that's how I feel. So, like, and my thing is, I don't have a problem with people asking for stuff because you have a right to say yes, no, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem with people acting like they give a shit, but they have an ulterior
Yeah.
motive. That's my
On the
problem.
back end. Yeah.
And maybe that's something I need to work on. Maybe it's not, whatever. So anyway, I have a friend, yes, users. Um, Ray said users. I have a friend who was like, she's somebody I'm cool with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, to be fair, she got a lot of bodies on the ground that she's used.
Oh, burn bridges and
Yeah,
yeah,
she's burned
gotcha.
a lot of bridges.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't tell that story. I'm not gonna tell that story. That story, I'll tell you
Okay,
afterwards. That
gotcha.
story
Yeah.
is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Because if I say that story, then it's like pow pow shooting straight to Then if you watch it, you don't know who I'm talking about right now.
Yeah.
So then I got a message and it's like, "Hey, how you been? You've been on my mind like a lot, so I'm just checking on you, right?" And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. I'm good. How are you?" "Oh, no, I'm good. Things have been rough here. You know, like my birthday's coming up, so I was wondering if you could bless me with something."
Just hold on. Put it on the bottom, like text you and put it at the bottom. Oh, it's my birthday month,
Cash
and
App.
the cash app. Yeah, your cash app on that shit.
And, like, here's my thing, right? I kind of feel like I'm like, this is like pow pow too. Like, you'll know who this is if you're watching it because you did it. So I could say all the story about everything that's like. Here's the thing: I don't have a problem helping people. I do have a problem helping people who I've seen burn bridges.
Yeah, I agree.
And I'm not gonna stand there and be a part of this fuckery, this drive by that's waiting to happen. So, like, I just was like, "Oh, girl, like, life is no, pretty much no." Like the black equivalent,
Go ahead.
to no. "Oh, the Lord has blessed me so far, but things are tight." And I'm saying, and I go to church and I got a tithe, and you start.
They start building. They start building a case, basically, like in court. They start building a damn case. Uh, and my issue, like, because we got social media, right? Everybody on social media. My issue is that when they come ask you shit, but then you go down in time, oh, they popping, they in the clubs, they doing this, they doing that, and then they come at you the next week after you seen them popping all weekend. You know what? I'm doing this. And I ran short, and this light bill came up.
Oh, you mean like them girls who and I'm
Atlanta
not just saying,
came to Atlanta.
I'm not saying girls did it, guys did it too, but I know I saw these girls who were like, "Yo, I need to get back home.
Yeah, that shit.
I need to raise some money and help me get back home," kind of stuff.
And idiots fell for it, and I think she made like $4,000 or $5,000 something.
There was a few people who did it though.
First, I'm talking about the very first, very first,
the
originator of the I need to get home.
Yeah,
cash, not Cash App. It was GoFundMe. I need to get home. GoFundMe. Yeah, there you go, Ray. Got stuck at the All-Star Weekend. Yeah,
yes,
that's it. That's the originator.
And, like, call me cold-hearted.
Walk. Fuck that. Walk. Walk your ass back home. If you didn't have the money to get back home, you shouldn't have been here.
He's
Walk.
worse than me because I was going to say there's nothing better than experience that would teach people the best lesson that they need to learn. So far be it from me from stopping you from learning your lesson. That's how I feel now as an adult, like at this stage in my life. That's how I feel. Whereas I guess I would have been like, walk.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that. Well, you got here.
Yeah.
You didn't think about getting back? Child, please. So yeah. So needless to say, I said no. On top, like I said, there's way more to the story about you. We should do one on users. We should do a podcast on users. I have a lot to say.
Might as well. I mean, just start venting. And, we'll open it up to a vent session,
discussions,
for people that come through and say their part on it. That'd be a good thing, open it up. Oh, speaking of open it up. So I'm going to put the link to this. If anybody got anything they want to add or come on and.
Oh, this is an interactive discussion?
Yeah, we're going to be an interactive discussion.
This is an interactive
because
discussion.
This is something that like, our women viewers, like they might be new to, or.
But we need to tell them what the topic is.
Yeah, we're gonna tell them. But I'm just saying, I'm about to put the link up first, so just in case anybody.
All right, the link's going on. We want to hear from y'all. We want to discuss it. This topic is, what's the word?
So,
spicy.
Yeah, it's controversial. Spicy. It might be, polarizing.
People may kind of feel some kind of way about it.
They're gonna feel some kind of way. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna let you discuss why you wanted to discuss this because, last week we didn't do a video because I didn't have anything to say. It's that simple, and I think it's okay because who wants to just hear people fucking ramble? That's how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it got to be something. Yeah,
there needs to be content. And then he sent me some fuckery, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I got something to say. But I'm glad we waited because it was like it provided me the opportunity to do some more research. I did some more research because
you had initial, and we're gonna get into that. What your initial response was after you say the topic, and then okay. So I'm gonna put the topic up. The topic today: red pill, MGTOW. MGTOW stands for men going their own way. And the Black Manosphere.
So, all right, but I need you to explain what red pill is.
I am. I'm gonna get it to it, but I want to know. I want to know what you.
Well, the video, or what do I think?
Put the video. Yeah. When I sent you the video, I said.
Okay, so.
The initial, not everything else.
Sent me so many videos. What was
the first one?
The first one was the one where the woman was responding back about MGTOW, and he was given I didn't care. Okay. I don't like talking. I don't like hearing people talk about people talk. Like that's too many degrees of separation for me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Basically, this is what happened. I don't even wait. What was I saying? Why do I feel like I can't read that?
Have you been used by and have them share the person? Oh, wow. Oh, that's real messy. That's real messy.
Oh my God, that would be so G.
Real messy.
You Adam in the comments. Adam. Oh, that would be so G.
That's real messy.
Oh, my ex-husband would get so many hits.
Why is my damn notifications keep going off? What is wrong with my phone going off?
Get him, girl. Get him.
So,
but when I first got the video, so that was how I felt about it. Okay. But it did inspire me to look up what MGTOW was, right? And so
because I didn't tell you what it was.
No, you didn't. He don't like doing it. He like doing shit like that.
Yeah, because I mean,
like he wants me riled up.
No, I want you to get the initial response, right? If I tell you, it's like okay, but if you go in there and read it, if I tell you I'm gonna frame it up a certain way, if you go in there and read it, just bam, like that in your face, it's like, oh shit. Then you got it, you got the initial response.
But I like to be thoroughly thorough. I don't remember the sis is just your man. I don't remember it.
The sis is
I feel like
man.
It's a.
Oh yeah. That it's a website. It's a website, and it had something else too. Basically about ain't shit dudes, like dudes that was really? Cheating. Dudes that was cheating, right? Dudes,
I thought it was a spoof.
No. It was a website, yeah, and it's women that
it's a Facebook page.
Oh, it's a Facebook page. Well,
shit.
they had I think they had a website also. I think it started off as a website though, and it might it might have been a Facebook. No, it might have been a Facebook. I'm sorry,
you might be right. Yeah, right. I didn't even know. But I'm hot in these streets. I need to find out. Ashley Madison. Yeah. God damn.
No, that's
Ashley Madison is when you want to cheat.
That's married men want to cheat. Yeah. They got that. We know about that. So yeah, so what happened
And
was
I kind
that
of feel like, is Ashley Madison still popping?
they had a leakage somewhere. Somebody leaked some stuff. So I think they kind of pulled back on it, but I'm sure people still on it.
Kind of want to see.
I'm sure.
Like,
Do one like that, but for have you been used lately? Okay, like that. Okay.
I wouldn't. I ain't got the time to be that damn petty.
It's a lot.
I
It'd
ain't
be a
got
lot
the
to do that.
time to be that damn petty.
Okay,
Anyway,
he said, yeah, it's still a thing. So okay, yeah,
how
I'm
do
sure
you
it
know,
is.
Ray?
Yeah. How you know?
It's still hot in
Oh,
these streets. It's popping.
It's still popping. It ain't like Backpage and it ain't like Backpage. They shut that down.
Let me make sure I understand what MGTOW is first, right? And then you clarify, because I have a vagina and it's limiting in its power to understand men's issue. All right, so as soon as I understand that, the better for me. MGTOW is men going their own way. Initially, upon the topic of it, hearing that terminology, it made me think like a celibacy group. And there are some areas that some sects of that group, MGTOW group, that do believe that
Vanilla Thunder Down Under is my username. Vanilla Thunder Down Under is my username. Okay.
I can't not. So stupid. It makes me think that there's a sect of that group that is practicing celibacy, which is more power to you. But then there's a sect, there's multiple sects of it, and it spins out into other areas where there are some men who like, well, if women gonna, well, okay, so the underlying statement is this: men need to find a way to protect themselves from women. Because women have been in a place men are in a place where they're vulnerable now, vulnerable to cases of rape, in like cases like charges like that,
sexual
and then
assault and stuff.
Sexual assault,
well, and not just
child
cases,
support,
not just cases, but just because you don't have to prove anything. All a woman has to do is say it, and it ruins them. So that's the base. That's the underlying, like the base foundation of that movement.
So those things,
or it's not even movement. It's not even movement. It's like an ideology, basically.
They're groups though.
I mean, they have Facebook groups, but it's not like where they have one person over and
Yeah, they did. It started in Australia. I started doing research.
But that's
that group that started in Australia. That was an actual group in Australia
now
that went out into New Zealand and other places that still fell into the group in Australia until what happens with religion. People go, well, I like that, but I'm gonna I don't like this other part. So let's move over here and let's do this.
And that's why I'm saying not that. We talking about the ideology. We're not talking about that initial, the original thing that got
I just want you to be proud of me. I did my research this time.
I am. Okay.
Like normally I come to this video like, what we talking about? What's happening? Like I did my research. I would even find out the origin of this fucking
Yes.
So
we're proud of you.
I just want to
okay,
shine
I'm
for
proud
a
of you.
second.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So then it spawned into other areas, right? Now keep in mind, like I said, there's celibacy. There's guys who believe that if I'm going to be with a hook, I might as well just be with a hooker instead of marrying a hooker. So they'll, like, I'm not calling anybody. I'm just saying what I read. And they just believe in, like, the only use for women is for sex. So they just pay for them and then go about their day and live their best lives, right? And that's them. There are also other ones. Now, I wouldn't call that excessive. I think they have a right to be that way. But it also spins into more excessive ones. That's like, well, if women are this horrible, baseless creatures, we treat them as such. And there's the groups that turn to either violence towards women, or there are groups that turn into let's hustle them, get what we need, and then leave them type groups, right? But they don't necessarily fall into MGTOW. They move into other areas.
Yeah, I was about to say.
They've spawned from that. Though.
Yeah, the ideology. They the base is the ideology. Then they go somewhere else with it, like you said. Hold on a second. The Me Too thing confuses me. The hashtag Me Too thing, and it's cheaper.
Hookers are cheaper. I ain't gonna lie.
Are way cheaper.
And they go away. You pay them to leave.
That's what you're paying for. Actually, you're not paying for the sex. You're paying for. Yeah, bye. Go about your business.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know I'm a female. I'm not supposed to say this, but like, I also am a numbers girl, and like statistically, it makes sense, and like financially, it makes sense. It's fiscally responsible
for your account, for your bank account, your savings. It's better for your savings
if that's what you want, right? The Me Too thing. I want you to expound on the Me Too thing as confusing you.
Man, hashtag meant pound when I grew up. So when I see it, it says pound to me.
It
says pound me too. Okay, that's what you're talking about. The me too hashtag me too. Pound me too.
You.
Hey,
I did think that though.
Wow.
I wasn't cool when I was a kid, and so when his hashtag came out, I was like, "Oh, pound, what's that mean?" So he's stupid.
Pound
Instead of him being like the Me Too movement confused them, he's talking about pound me too.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't want to talk
now, Ray. Now that's what I can't take it serious. Now you didn't screw it up for
pound
me.
Me too.
Pound me too. Now I'm gonna be laughing every time. They go like, "That's not funny." That's not funny.
I'm not touching the Me Too movement because the initial origins behind Me Too is like I feel it. I'm with it.
But the initial, come on.
That's why I stated. Okay. I made sure I was very clear.
Okay.
The initial origins of Me Too was great. As everything does, it gets commandeered. Same thing with the MGTOW movement. The MGTOW movement initially sounded like, from what I was reading, sounded good. Like it came from a pure place. It was trying to protect men. There's not a lot of areas for vulnerability of men, and protection of them is celebrated. And this sounded like a place of doing that. And it just kind of spun out into other areas of discontent that people have. So I'm gonna shut up and let you say.
Okay, so this would this is gonna be my little. I'm gonna take 3 minutes, 3-minute like monologue. So the reason why I brought this up, because right now, we're in a point where everybody is talking about relationships in the Black community. Everybody's talking about we have somebody KS that has a conversation that hasn't been had. Like we haven't heard that in 30-something years. 30-something years mainstream, we haven't heard like.
You gave him a cool name.
No, that's what his KS. That's what his logo.
Oh, really?
His logo is KS on his thing. Is KS.
Kevin Samuels for people who don't know.
People that don't know.
Go ahead.
We're
gonna get.
Oh, and welcome back. I still don't know if you're a woman or a man or what you identify as, but you're over there in Britain.
You being on top of shit.
Yeah, I try to Britain. So welcome back to the show. Would you say one prime example of men being accused of X wrongfully by a woman? Appreciate you not, because what do you do to X because they don't want to ding the platform? Okay, so I appreciate you with that. Wrongfully by a woman was the whole Brett Kavanaugh situation, politician weaponized accusation, etc. Yes, that's part of it. That's part of it. The reason that they can just basically, somebody could throw out something on you and your life is ruined.
Yeah, but his life wasn't ruined. He got voted in.
No, but I'm not saying he's talking about wrongful.
But no, this wasn't a wrong. Okay, so I watched the Brett Kavanaugh situation. That wasn't. He did it. He did it. It was the issue of why they're bringing up the past.
Okay. All right.
Like, to me, this Brett Kavanaugh situation was akin to the same thing with Charlemagne the God, where something that actually happened, got pushed to the side on technicalities.
But to bring it up years later, and that's what I think.
The bringing it up years later, if you did something, you did it. This is.
But they are.
That's a sexual. She got raped.
There's such thing as double jeopardy. You can't.
No, not when it comes to like this man is taking a position. Brett Kavanaugh is a judge.
No, I'm not talking about the position. I'm talking about the Charlemagne thing.
Well, let me stick on Brett Kavanaugh first. Go ahead, He's a judge in the highest courts of the land, and you mean to tell me like your actions count?
Like, no, I agree, because you're supposed to be this fine upstanding person, because you're judging people. So that should have ruined his career, and that's true, and that's the issue.
Well, this is not an issue of cancel culture. Let's be clear. No. Now, cancel culture towards Charlemagne is a whole different conversation,
and that's what I was talking about.
But we're talking about Brett Kavanaugh, where this is a court. Like, what's the point of taking somebody and having them testify and having people cross-examine him and ask them questions to see if he's suited for a position? If at the end of the day none of it matters.
No, I agree. You have to have standards with that. That is something totally different. Brett Kavanaugh is totally different. I'm
pushing Brett Kavanaugh off to the side. Charlemagne the God. This is what I will say about the Charlemagne the God situation, and I'm going to keep it 100 as possible. Charlemagne the God, for people who don't know, had a situation where it was a 15-year-old.
I don't remember.
She was 15 or 16. Okay. I'm pretty sure she was 15.
Okay.
She like
and he was 24.
23 or 24.
Yeah, 23, 24.
And he went to her parents said, and it's like, hey, she's gonna come hang out with us. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of him. No, she'll be fine. Da 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 da. And the parents let her to go hang out with these grown adults, and the girl ended up getting sexually assaulted. Right now, I don't know for a fact that Charlemagne was the I didn't read the document to say that Charlemagne was the person who participated in it, right? I don't know if that's the case or not the case. I know he presented his DNA. I know he did what he was supposed to do, but the parents did not. They did not
follow through with it.
They didn't want their child to be affected by the situation. It was a lot of that stuff, and they dropped the case. The DNA never got tested against her because they never ran a test kit on her.
Because if they ran it, he would have been charged.
No, they did run it. They did run a test kit on her. They never did they never compared it. So,
but that's the court's problem. I mean,
there's a lot of people who failed.
They failed
that young lady. And it started with the parents. And he's a part of that situation where he failed them. But my main concern with that situation, the difference between Charlemagne the God and other people is Charlemagne God's situation. One, he's constantly talking about how grimy he was when he was younger. Right. And it wasn't like if Kavanaugh stood there and he was reporting when he was testifying, and he said some things happened when I was younger. And I'm not proud of who I was when I was younger. And this is why I worked hard to get where I am today. So I can be better than I was. I would respect that. At least Charlemagne the God did say that.
Yeah.
Now, does that help this woman who was affected? No,
it don't help.
But it also didn't help that her parents allowed her to go out with that man. There were a lot of people who had fault in this situation.
From the jump, she shouldn't have been allowed to be with him. That's parenting. So,
and that's not to say that we're not trying to victim blame to say that young lady's at fault. I'm not saying
parents.
that at
all.
all.
About the parents.
I'm saying the parents
are. About the parents.
Because there's no reason for this child to be amongst these grown adults who have no vested interest in her. And so my thing is this, and I say this the same way I say this about R. Kelly. The R. Kelly situation where everybody was like, oh, R. Kelly's a monster now. Y'all been knew that.
Yeah, we saw a video and it didn't matter. It didn't matter. He went to court. It didn't matter. So
everybody was like,
they were stepping while he was going to court, and they cheered. They cheered when he got off. You remember? That's why Boondock did that episode when this is a outrage. They had a whole episode about R. Kelly and going to court and peeing on a young woman, and you say, well, why didn't she just move? If somebody's gonna pee on me, I would move. I didn't want to be peed on.
You pee on me, I'm gonna
move. So
I hate him. I hate Riley.
It was funny. It was funny. Not the initial R. Kelly thing, but the whole drip drop drip.
Ray did say the president. Ray did say initially that not for the president.
No, the president. They didn't care. The Me Too movement didn't care about the president, and that's what undermines. Are we talking about Clinton? Are we talking? No. We're talking about president.
Let's be clear. No. Clinton got away with it too.
No, Clinton got impeached. Clinton, they attacked him. Clinton got impeached. The president, with that whole he admitted locker room talk. You remember the locker room talk? He admitted to just groping women, kissing them whenever he wanted to. Sexual assault. He admitted to sexual assault.
Yes.
Where was the Me Too movement? Right. This will undermine their movement.
They were there.
They didn't say shit. No, they did. They did not.
I saw people say stuff, but the problem was
they say no. Individuals say something. The Me Too movement.
But the problem was the demographics. The demographics, like the people who are I can't swear. I'm not a Me Too girl.
We didn't see. So what we didn't see, right? We didn't see people protesting out in the streets with Me Too movement. We didn't see that against the president.
I was in DC during that time. I was in Baltimore back and forth. I did see people do it. So it wasn't that. My thing was when it came to this is like you see how I said Bill Clinton? Keep that up for a second.
Yeah, okay.
See how I said Bill Clinton and what you say? They impeached him.
Yeah, they impeached him. Yeah,
we got all this information.
Yeah.
And well, technically,
and really, that wasn't even sexual assault. What Bill Clinton did was not.
But he did it on the taxpayers' dollars.
He did it in the. He was relieving stress.
He was at the scene of a crime.
He was relieving stress. Do you see how Obama looks right now? How Obama looks like an old ass damn man after he got out of office. So stress
I'm not
reliever.
Joining him.
So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm being irresponsible right now. I'm being irresponsible. That's me. DM me, whatever. Do what you gotta do.
Would you say Harvey Weinstein was a full-on monster, not R. Kelly? I'd say I don't think there is a license on bad, right? Wrong. Wrong is wrong is wrong. Yeah. I don't go into great detail about, oh, at least I'm not Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people are affected, and nuance matters, right? The shit that I can deal with may not be the shit that he can deal with, right? So Bill Cosby was drugging people, like Harvey Weinstein was at least giving them movies.
Yeah, giving them a career.
all Bill Cosby was like, here's a pudding pop, and showed him the door.
Oh! I'm sorry, y'all. I'm feeling silly. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry.
So I don't wanna lessen one action for another. Yeah, but conservative side did give Bill Clinton. I mean,
Trump a pass.
Trump a pass,
because that's usually who would attack that situation, right? But they did. They turned their heads on it.
So.
And they were both predators. Yes, they were both predators.
All, yeah, and that's why
all of them were predators.
All of them, including Charlemagne at that time.
Yeah, at that time.
But the only difference between all of those people and Charlemagne, this is the only, because I'm not a fan of Charlemagne as a general rule.
Me either.
But the only thing I give people credit where credit's due. If you acknowledge your shit, that's how change happens. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Change doesn't happen if you
sweeping under the rug. You sweep it under the rug and act like it wasn't there. There's no change because you haven't learned anything. You're not expressing first. I know I did something wrong and I'm sorry about it. So I'm talking about it. Try to make amends to whoever's listening. Let them know that it wasn't right. I'm acknowledging, let them know it wasn't right. So now I can move on.
Yeah.
So
and I also want to say, because we're all from different walks of life, different socioeconomic backgrounds, different race, religion, on and on and on, right? Hair color, whatever. We're all from different things in our experiences. I will say this: growing up, the rules of street life, the rules of Hollywood, the rules of presidential life, and whatever, there are rules that are set that people look the other way on.
Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah, I agree.
And so this thing that came up with Harvey Weinstein, this thing that's coming up with T.I., this thing that's coming out, these aren't isolated cases. These are this is a systemic problem that everybody's a part of and everybody's aware of, right? Keep in mind, and again, I'm not trying to victim blame, but once somebody was brave enough to come to the forefront, then all of a sudden Harvey Weinstein, the people who benefited from Harvey Weinstein started speaking out.
I have a problem with that.
I mean,
so I'm just gonna say that, I have a problem, because if you profit off something and you shut the hell up when you profit off it because it suited you, years later, after your career is washed up and stuff, you're part of the problem also. I think you're part of the problem to me.
You are a part. I agree with that. So that part I agree with. You are a part of a problem, but you're also a victim. And so let me say this. I've worked in situations where I worked in jobs where I've watched bad things happen, right? Like let me take that out of it. Like cops. Like they always talk about how there's only a few bad apples or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you find the ones who try to stop these bad apples and they get fired. They get this. Yeah. So after a while, I understand why these people are playing the game. But also I want you to understand whether or not I understand why you're playing the game and you're benefiting from this, you're still you're still not helping the world. So, and I understand we got to eat. Fuck it. Like if you got to survive, you got to survive. But you're also a part of the problem.
Well, Heidi, this is what I'm talking about.
Can you read what she said?
Yeah. It's not about getting profit. They wouldn't be able to get their foot in the door without doing the deed. So, and I agree with that. But the thing is, you willingly chose to go along with that.
Not
right?
necessarily willingly.
No. Okay.
You didn't willingly.
No. If he attacked them, right?
Even if he didn't attack them. Perfect example.
Okay, good.
Perfect example. When I had a job, now this is a real example. That person still works for the federal government.
Okay.
So when I had a job, I was planning on this is after Dad had cancer, right? And I was like, all right, now I'm looking to settle down. I didn't want to start my job anymore. I didn't want to have my business anymore. And I'm looking to settle down. So I called, made this contact, and I was like, hey, I know they're hiring. I just want to get some information, this, and this. And we went out to talk about it. He was telling me about the job, whatever. At some point in the night, he put his hand on the high inside of my thigh, not the knee.
Oh, wow.
Not even the knee. Not the knee.
Well,
was like,
he could have been touching the
U-high? The high inside of my thigh. Like, so much so I was like, oh. And I didn't have a word. Okay. He stole a word when it's on the inside of my thigh. And the thing was about it was I knew what he was saying.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it was either do this, get the job, or don't do it and don't get the job. And the difference was between that situation for me, I had my business. I was trying to I wanted to stop being on the road, whatever. But money wasn't an issue for me.
Okay.
I wasn't a slave to that situation. Okay. However, what if this is a job that I needed and I had 3 kids at home and a family dependent on me and I'm the breadwinner in this situation? I'm not going to judge that person for taking advantage of the situation because we get shit. I'm an angry Black woman every day of the life when I walk down the street, and I can't help that. So if I can make something work towards me, so I'm not going to shit on that person for playing by the rules to get in the door that other people took advantage of. But I'm also not going to give you a pass for not being you're a part of it. When you got in the door, you could have easily turned back around and said, you know what? He did this, y'all. Once you got a footing and once you became something, but you didn't, you kept your mouth closed and you saw people with him and you knew what he was doing to those people.
So this okay. So I'm gonna read the comment. She said it's still creating a victim. I agree. So this comment is my problem, Heidi. In this case, it's your dream Hollywood job. This is the difference with me, right? In Hollywood, that's the difference. That is the total difference to me, right? It's not anything. So people that go to Hollywood that do this type of stuff, right? You still have other things you can do, right? If this is the case, you still got other things you do to feed your kids, to do whatever, right? Most people that go to LA or go to go to Hollywood, right? They're doing other things to get to that big payday, right? To get to your dream, so to speak. You put yourself in a place to get to the dream, knowing what this person is, and you don't say shit about it because your dream means more than what that offense. But later, because you're now not participating in your dream anymore and you're washed up or however it go. I'm not victim blaming, but once you do that, now you're screaming something like I'm a victim because it suits you, right? At
it's
this
not
point,
that it suits you. It doesn't
to come out.
It doesn't serve you anymore to keep quiet. There's a difference.
Okay, but no. In the cancel culture, it helps you in the cancel culture.
It may help.
Majority of people it helps.
It may help, but it definitely won't hurt anymore.
Yeah, it won't hurt you. Yeah. So, and that's my problem with the whole Hollywood industry thing and whatever. It's totally different than what you're talking about with the job. To me, it's still a victim.
Because
let me get this wrong. It's still a victim because you are going after a dream. It's something you want so bad that you're willing to put yourself. It's not what you're saying, right? It's not what you're saying. It's something you want so bad you're willing to risk everything, right? You're willing to go take drugs because true enough, I think Bill Cosby did drug somebody, but
somebody.
Well, some women. Some women, but there was women that took it on their own. There was women that took it on their own. They came back. The reason we know they took it on their own, they came back several times because they wanted that dream so bad, and they took the drugs.
Yeah, but
at least I could say at least one for sure. I could say one for sure because she said how
I don't think
they
we're
came
questioning
back.
their integrity.
We're not. Oh, okay. Let's go.
Don't show his. He's stupid.
Okay, he would have been beaten up. That dangling in the back. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to read the. Even if we're going to question the victim integrity, it's not about integrity. I'm not questioning integrity. No. We would have to reform if they didn't come forward. It's not about that.
No, it's not. We're not trying to. And to be clear, when I hear him say that, I'm not hearing him say that they're not good people. But what I'm hearing them say is they had a choice.
You put your morality on the back end.
And yeah, we all have choices.
Yeah,
I had a choice in that moment. I could have been like, let me get.
But what I'm saying is,
do this.
What I'm saying is, chasing your dream, right? Is not what you're saying. I have to feed my family, and that's not what you're saying.
But some people's dreams are to feed their family.
No. Being in a place to where I don't have nothing to eat. You're in a place to most of the people have jobs. They choose to go to California. They choose to go to California, right?
They do.
They choose to live a certain type of life, waiting tables, doing whatever. They are eating, they are feeding, whatever they got to do. And let's not. I mean, majority we're talking about feeding your family, right? Majority of these people that go to LA and try to go to Hollywood or whatever, that's not the case. They're not going to feed their family. Come on, let's be real. Majority of them not. That's not it. They want this star lifestyle. We're talking about the majority. We're not going to talk about the nuance, the small minority. We're not going to talk about that. I don't like talking about the minority because we'll be here all day if we talk about minority. Every single little nuance, thing, yeah, the nuance. We'll be here all day. We're talking about the majority. We're talking about the 80% of people. So that's what that's what I'm talking about.
Oh no!
Let me read this comment.
Read that comment.
do you think there will be none of these problems in Hollywood if all the important decisions making positions were made by women, not men? No, bullshit. It would be more. It would be more. Hey,
it's just going to be problems.
No, it's just going to be problems. Think about this. In the LGBTQIA plus community, right? Hey. The people that commit the most sexual violence and sexual or violence, period, domestic violence, is women. It's women on women. So I mean, even out of heterosexual, it's women on women. So when you say the men is the problem, that's bullshit. That's why I call it bullshit, and that's the reason why we go to this topic at MGTOW and stuff, is because they trying to say men are the problem, and this is why you got MGTOW, right? This is why you got MGTOW.
Ooh. Okay, so
the basis. I'm talking about the foundation. We're talking about.
I mean, all right. Here's the thing.
Yes, Heidi. Women always say
generalization. No, she was answering him.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying. I'm reading it. Yeah, I'm reading. Women also take advantage of people. That's true.
Here's the thing about this, right? If we get caught up in, like, I just want my viewers to know this. Like, I like ADHD hour viewers. They're a sophisticated viewer, to whereas it's not as simple as women and men. And the idea of if women did this or men did this, the world would be the better place. No, because we're stupid. People are stupid. And if they have a vagina, they can be stupid. And if they have a penis, they can be stupid. We just need to get the stupid people out the way and get the people who and start educating people. And one of the things we talked about was like people, like at the end of the day, we all have animalistic tendencies, right? When we come out the box, right? And it's how we engage with other people. That's how we learn how life goes.
That's how we learn our morality, how we learn to maneuver through life and be a better person by engaging with other people.
And Hollywood is Hollywood. They stay insulated.
Hollywood.
Well,
Hollywood.
I'm trying to attack people.
No. Damn that. Hollywood. Come on, you know things don't go. Hollywood is not real life, and things go on every day in Hollywood, and it's okay.
But that's why they stay insulated, right? That's why you hardly ever hear things, because they stay inside. And they hardly let people in, because the stuff that they're used to ain't the same thing as real life. So Heidi says people in position of power. Did I miss them?
Well, people in position of power are able to abuse in their positions and go unchecked, man or woman. And that's true. That's why it's not a man thing. When we have mainstream media in America, and this is the reason for this topic, right? It's part of the reason. There's several, like she said, several sectors, several reasons, and I'm gonna get the red pill after I say this, right? Because we didn't even go on red pill, because red pill is actually encompasses everything almost. So no, red pill encompasses what I'm about to say, right? In mainstream media in America, the men are going to be the issue majority of the time. We're taught with even in school, right? We're taught through a woman's lens, a feminist lens, a victimhood, that women are victims most of the time. In a black community, it's set up like a matriarchy in a black community. This is red pill.
I'm just listening.
Oh no, I know. I'm not saying. No, I'm just saying. I'm talking. I'm not. I'm just saying to people. This is red pill, right? The red pill is the ideology that it comes from the Matrix. So if anybody is not familiar with the Matrix or the origin of the Matrix, right, is that the Matrix is a movie, and it's a brilliant movie. It's a movie that encompasses everything in life. You want to, like, I quote it so much. So the red pill origin is from Morpheus, which is the black character. What's the man name? God dog it. Not Samuel Jackson. I don't know. He always come up in my head. Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne character, right? He gives Neo, who is and I just can't. Oh shit.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, he gives Neo. I'm drawing blanks, but
A
anyway,
pill.
he gives him a choice, right? He gives him a red pill and a blue pill. He says, take the blue pill, you'll wake up and you'll still be in the matrix. The matrix is the framework where basically we live in.
The current system that's
is
set
a current
up.
system. Let's say the matrix is the political system we live in right now. I'm gonna get to the comments. I see the comments. Clarence, stupid. I'm not messing with you, Ray, because I'm trying to stay on track right now. So let's say the current system we in, the political system we in, is the matrix, right? So
the matrix is a system that's set up, designed to keep people
people in a certain way,
and docile, doing the things that they intend on it doing.
Correct.
Whereas the red pill is for you to see the world as it is, as it stands.
The red pill is to take the veil off your eyes. Yeah. So let me bring this to the Black community, because this is all, when we talk about stuff, it's about the Black community. Because
our experiences.
You black. Black I'm black. So it's from the Black lens. So in the Black community, this is what it is. In the Black community, we have majority of houses are ran by women, right? So we have something that's going on that we see. I've always said this, in the Black community, we are the guinea pigs for this country, right? Ooh. We've always been like the lab rats for this country, for everything. Talk about not smallpox, talk about syphilis, talk about different stuff, right? Even with AIDS. AIDS. Talk about all kind of stuff. So like I said, I skip. So this movie is brilliant. Who made the movie? Somebody part of LGBTQIA. It was supposed to be talking about, exactly, do your homework, right? It's I can't remember the name. Starts with W. Warshaker. Well, I'm not going to butcher their name. Whatever it is, starts with W. But they're brothers or they're sisters, one or two. But anyway, they're transgender, right? They're transgender, and this is supposed to be about transgender issues. But it talks about different other stuff that encompasses everything. It talks about mythology. Ray said he have no funny comment for that. Talks about mythology. It talks about everything. It encompasses everything. So when you go look at that movie, yes, it's got a lot of action, but start looking at it from a different perspective, trying to learn something.
Book?
No, I've never read the book. No, and I'm going to get it.
Yeah, probably read the book.
Yeah, I'm
going to probably way more.
In depth.
So the blue pill would be like what you're saying.
Is stay here. Stay here, mainstream media.
Yeah.
Stay here, believing that women are victimized every day because people I want to call you. It
doesn't matter.
The C. My friend from Britain, from UK. So you say, wow, that's news to me. Nearly every media outlet I watch here in the UK, men are put forward as being the main culprits. That's the narrative. That's the narrative, right? It's the narrative we're currently in. The blue pill, right? Keep the blue pill and keep men the culprit. That's the blue pill. Okay, so if I tell you the red pill, you can wake up, you can see what this world is really about. We can see what America is really about, right?
And
you're not from America.
Independent of sex or color,
anything.
Yeah.
So since you're not from the U.S., right? If you say you was coming to the U.S. and I say, okay, the U.S. is great, it's you got the blue pill, and you take the blue pill and you come to the U.S. and it's gonna be great until you got slapped in the face, until you get punched in the face, or you get robbed or some shit like that. Then now you're forced to be a red pill because now you see some shit that America.
Not really.
Well,
sometimes you still stay. There are people who stay a blue pill because they can't fathom the truth. Well, some people just cannot deal with the truth.
So they talk about that, right? So in the Matrix, you deja vu. When deja vu happens, right? It's the system, like So trust me, it's a brilliant movie. Anybody has watched it one time and just said, okay, oh, it's a lot of action. It's whatever. It's a guy movie. No, go in there and look at it from a different perspective, right?
I've never read it.
It's brilliant. I'm telling you, it's brilliant.
All right. So red pill is saying that the truth is what?
The truth is about mainstream media. The truth is about this whole gender war shit. Is that it suits whatever's going on now to keep women as being hold on a second. Okay, still to keep women as being the victim, because if you feed the women as they're the victim, they're going to buy into whatever you putting out there. Women, black people. Okay, let me take it from women. Black people are the batteries. Let's take it back from women because I don't want to get into
but if red pill talks about women, right? We got to stay with what red pill says.
Well, they have red pill women though.
I hate Ray.
They have red pill women though.
So they're okay. So
Yes.
red pill says that women are
and that's the truth. That's the truth, Ray. I mean, and that's where we get all this. That's where we get all these gray areas, and all people are all over the place.
Okay, so red pill says that they know the truth, and the truth is that there's this ideology that says that women are these little victims, and they see it for the truth as it is, that men are actually the ones being victimized.
No.
We
talking about MGTOW. You go into
all right. What does red pill?
Red pill, like I said, it encompasses everything. It encompasses the fact that we got media saying one thing, feeding us something to keep us in control. So
they're not saying specifically what they're saying. They're just saying that there's a narrative that's being placed out there.
Yes,
that's not true.
That's not true. Yeah,
got it.
And the red pill is to see something other than what they're pushing to us.
Okay.
So the blue pill.
So will we be red pill people?
Yes, we'll be red pill.
In theory,
yeah.
don't say it. I gotta do research.
And the thing is, right? I don't stick to. I'm not structured to anything, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not structured to Democrats. I'm not structured to Republicans. I'm not any kind of movement. I'm not anything. I take little bits and pieces and I'll say, okay, yes, I agree with this, or no, I don't agree with that. But I'm not going to tie myself to any movement. Black Lives Matter movement. I always say this, right? The idea, I love it. The movement, no. I'm not going to say that. I love the idea or the Black Lives Matter thing. I love it because it should. Because in this country for so long, since we've been in this country, stepped foot in this country the first time, we haven't mattered. They didn't give a shit about us. We the workhorses. We're the beast of burden. So,
yeah, but by existing in a hashtag, it's another blue pill.
Say it again.
It becomes another blue pill situation where you're creating these little hashtags and whatever, and it's just it's not doing the necessary.
Because
work.
Think about it. Anything that's going to be popular, right, is going to feed into what mainstream media. It's going to feed into mainstream media, so it is going to be kind of blue pill.
You're fine. Don't read that.
Okay, I'm not reading. Anyway, I'm just going to put it up.
Put it up there
because I'm just going to put it up there because it's going to go sidetrack.
What is Manosphere?
But no, let me go back to the black. Okay. Let me go to the blue pill though, right? So I'm going to tie this to the
I feel
black
like
community.
We should have took this one subject,
and we should have,
and that's fine. So if we're gonna, are we gonna stick with MGTOW? Let's
stick
with MGTOW.
Okay.
Or let's stick with red pill, and then we'll go next.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna framework everything out. Then we could come back and do it separate.
Okay, cool.
That's what we do.
All right.
Then I could reach out to somebody that considers himself to be strong red pill. That actually because I don't follow. Like I said, I can speak on it, but I don't follow it to where this is my life. I'm red pill and I'm calling myself red pill. I'm calling myself alpha, but because red pill is usually alpha, right? Alpha people usually say red pill because they believe in this and they're strong about this. They're whatever. Blue pill is usually called a simps. Blue pill is a simps. Blue pill, and that's what it is.
Now that losing me a little bit, but now I need to do more research.
Yeah, you need to do more research.
I just want to point out he only gave me one topic, and it was MGTOW, and now he's I
gave you several. I gave you several videos.
Said MGTOW was it.
No, but
and then it was
I told you the title. I told you the title.
He didn't give me the stuff to do the research. Y'all. He trying to make me look bad.
I gave her the title. You want to pull up the message? You want to pull up the message?
See it.
They can see it if I put it in the camera.
I don't care. Allegedly.
Anyway, I gave it a title, y'all. So anyway, like I said, so this is the thing, and all this right is to combat. Okay, for YouTube because I can't, YouTube is funny. I'm trying to get better about the YouTube and not get flagged different algorithms. I'm trying to get better about it. So so we got to watch words. So there's the movement that happened in the 60s with women. So we all know what that movement is. I'm not gonna say it. So this is all the fight. All this is to fight that movement, right? Because
so is red pill to fight that movement?
No. The basis of it is like because of that movement in the black community. No, because that movement in the black community, and I'm talking about the black. I'm not talking to white folks because they are white people that follow all this, right? They have their own stuff, but in the black community, like I said, we are separate. We feel everything. I can't remember who said this, but they said when somebody gets a cold, the world gets a cold, the black people get the flu.
Oh, okay.
So
I agree with that.
Okay, so this is the thing, right? That's why I keep on going back. That's why I put Black Manosphere, because it's really not Black Manosphere. It's called the Manosphere, but it's the Black Manosphere because we feel everything worse. Black men are at the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to anything in this country. When it comes to not being heard, not being whatever. Women, y'all stick together.
Not being protected.
That too. So women, y'all have y'all sister code, right?
So just to reiterate to people who we talked about this, and Willie made a very good point about that, right? Because I didn't believe that women stick together, right? Until Willie said it in a way that was made me understand. So I want to make sure people
or that women stick with men from the LGBTQIA plus, right?
Not necessarily not black women, because we already talked about that. Well, but I
no.
don't want to lose this.
Yeah,
statement.
that's not. Yeah, that's not.
Willie said
yeah,
this
okay.
a while ago, and this is I want to make sure I say this because to me this made perfect sense in that case, because I don't feel like women stick together. However, when it comes down to it, there's a space for a woman to be a woman within the woman's world, whereas there's not a space for a black man to be a man in the white world. They're not white men aren't reaching out to black men and saying, hey, let's band together. They already got their numbers. They're fine. So for women need their numbers. So they're going to reach out to all culture. Everybody's welcome. And so there's a way where women will get together and can work together, whereas black men are off on the island.
We're on the island by ourselves.
And so I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Then go.
That's perfect. So so like I said, the Black Manosphere is a place, and it encompasses it's a place they do on YouTube, right? Manosphere, but the Black Manosphere is something that I am personally, and I'm just to let you know, everybody, I'm personally gonna start giving more content on the black male side to men. I'm gonna bring in other stuff dealing with men, because black men, they have a lot of black men or black young men in our community that don't have any father figures. They don't have anybody of males to get information from. So most of my stuff is gonna be geared. I think I'm gonna pull on the YouTube side. I'm gonna pull black male away from ADHD Hour, because I can't do that in one place, right? I can't label it something and it's all tied together. And I can't do that. So I'm going to pull it away. So what I'm going to ask people to do that follow me, and it's going to see this later, to I'm going to let you know on this show, if you watch the show, that you're going to need to subscribe to the YouTube channel of Black Male Podcast. What I'm going to be bringing up is different other shows, spawning off from Black Male. That's going to be a panel of men, black men, because me and Eric, we only representing black men in the South. That's not a good representation of men worldwide, or men in America, period, right? That's not a good representation. We're just kind of like an echo chamber. Yes, we have different views on stuff, but it's more in line because we stay in the same place. So on my other one I'm going to bring up is going to be from the North, the South, the East, and West. I'm going to get men from that group, and we're going to talk about men issues and different stuff. And what I would like my women, my sisters, whatever, for y'all to do is, if you have young boys, if you have men in your life that you need to that might need some direction, give them this content, and we're going to be interactive to where they could reach us for whatever different situations they got, whatever they feel, whatever there are issues with. One of the guys that I'm thinking about getting on, if he's still down with it, he's a therapist. He's a licensed therapist. So they'll be able to deal with that issue. I have another guy, he deals with young people, young kids. He's over in the East Coast. He deals with young men or young people, period. When we did our what you call them, you remember goals? Get out and learn something, Inc.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to reach out to him, right?
Okay, cool.
He deals with young people. So, this is well thought out, and I've been thinking over it for a while. And
I would say as a woman, I would say to the ladies that he's asking you to put your children and trust your children with them, to make sure you're aware of the messaging and make sure that you are able to have that discussion with them about the messaging. Because everything that we say may not be palatable, it may not be agreeable to the world that you live in, and because our worlds are different.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say, because we are a community of people, we ask for community participation. This is not where you're sending your child off to school assuming that they're going to learn everything they need to learn. This is an active discussion that's happening, that needs to happen, not just with men. See, I'm on the fence about splitting it up because of that reason, because I will do more research on red pill. He ain't tell me. Yeah. And I would do more research about red pill.
You're going to make me stop saying it, because you're going to make me put my phone out. Stop. Anyway.
I'm going to do more research about red pill, and I'll look it up, because my thing is this. You lost me already when you start talking about men do this and women do this. You lose me as an individual because of that.
And I understand that, but do this is what I did. I pose questions all day long. I do debates all day long. even at work, like I'll just put it out there and see how it fly, right? Everyone, 100% of people agree with me that black men need to step up and be leaders in their community, right? 100%. I have, that's the thing.
But if you like, I feel like targeting statements gives targeting answers, right? If you say, do you believe black men need to step up and be leaders in their community? It's a yes or no.
No. Well, no, that wasn't the question. The question was like, do you feel black men need to be leaders in their community? That's
See,
what,
but that's what I mean. But that's a yes or no question.
So if they said no, then yes, we have. But I said 100%. Understand?
No, but I'm going to say 100% too. I'm going to be agree too.
No,
but I also but I'm saying I'm going to agree. You'll have 101% or whatever. You'll have. I will agree with that statement. But my problem with that statement. So when we talk about statistics and we start talking about sampling, question and answer that leads a yes no is like specific, and it also doesn't generate the option to give the true answer.
No, it is. It does, because they can write their own answer in.
My point being is, if you had said we as people need to step up and be like people, like women, men, whatever the case may be, how many people would have said that?
Okay,
like to provide an opportunity to say we all need to be better. We all need to assist in our community.
That's not the question. That's not what the point is. The point is,
know if 100% of the people won't agree with that statement either.
No, they're going to agree with that. Yes, we all do as people. You're not. So that's the difference between Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter, Nicole. What you just did, right?
No, I'm not.
Yes, it is.
No, what I'm saying is,
that's the difference.
If you're trying to prove something, I'm not saying that. I'm not suggesting that black men don't need to step up and be leaders in that community. I'm suggesting that there are women who are equally as fucked up watching, like going to go see Kevin Samuels to have this conversation with people. Like there are people are searching for things. People are searching for guidance. And it doesn't just look like black men, and it doesn't just look like black women. It looks like people coming together to help people. And if we stop, like, and this is clearly me speaking. If we stop staying I feel like we stay lost when we separate the races and we separate the sexes and we separate these things.
I agree with you. I agree with you when you say that. That's why last week or a week before last, it was about independence ruining our community, right? Being independent from each other in our community, men and women being independent. I agree with that. I agree with that statement. The problem is, right, we are last. Black people in this country are dead last in everything, right? Across the board, financially. We're talking about financially and getting ahead, right? Do we agree?
I can't say I agree with that. I can't say I agree with that.
Political power. Are we dead last?
I can't say I agree with that, because when you have Latin people and you have like
American black people. Americans. We're talking about American black people.
Mexican American. Like I can't fully agree with that, because Mexican Americans also live in poverty. Like there's a Spanish. Like I'm not saying
they stick together. They stick together. Look on all the points, right? What do they do though? What do they do? Do they stick together?
I can't join you in this because I'm not educated on it. And I hate when people do that. I'm not educated on it to say yay or nay. I'm saying I will do the research and find out.
But based on we're talking about not even research. Based on how you feel about the situation, right?
I don't like feelings.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. But what other people do, they see something, they make their general. They do general. When they look at the white community, right? When they look at white people, where do you think see the white people as being? At the top or at the bottom?
Oh, but that's also something you can factually prove.
No, but I'm just saying, but what do people see? I'm not talking about we're not talking about facts right now. We're talking about the images of people, right? In people's mind, when they see certain things, what do they see? When they see white people, where they put them, the top or bottom?
Yes.
When you see Asian people, where they put them, top or bottom?
Top.
The top percentage, right? When you see the Spanish, the Latino community, where do you put them?
They put them towards the bottom.
The brown. That's my point, right? Yeah. That's kind of my point. So you put them at the bottom. So in this America, United States, we are at the bottom. The stuff we do, we're at the bottom pretty much because we cannot get along. We can't stay together. We can't get to a point to where we're on one accord. Unity. Okay. We can't get unity. So the question that I was saying is because people are.
We'll get there. No, focus.
People in our community, right? Majority of people, when we start talking about getting ahead in the community,
focus.
Majority. When we talk about getting ahead in the community, we start about getting ahead in the community because I got so much stuff going on for everybody that's looking at me.
Hour.
Yeah, I got this over here.
No, talk. Go.
So when we talk about when we talk about getting ahead in the community, right? It's always said that, you know, the men need to step up and do this, right? To become leaders, because what's being pushed, once again, red pill, blue pill. What's being pushed is that there aren't fathers in the household, right?
Mm-hmm.
CDC came back, the red pill, CDC came back and they gave you stats about black fathers being active in their children's lives.
True.
They gave stats, right?
They did give
so
stats.
That is the red pill, right? That's red pill, knowing facts and statistics and proving that. That's the red pill.
That is the
blue pill is believing that, okay, just saying, you know, fathers need to step up, fathers need whatever else. So that was my question, was because of everybody believes that black men need to step up. Black men need to step up and be more like we had back in the 60s, right? They believe that black not okay. We're not talking about the negatives. Let's stop from the
but like,
extremes of whatever.
It's
we
not
had
extreme. It's a reality.
No, okay. Was it 100% reality? Was it majority reality?
Look again.
Okay.
I don't deal with statistics.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not educated to say.
Okay.
I can't. So my thing is this, and this is why I want to stay. Like, this is. You're dealing with. I'm an engineer.
Okay.
I'm an engineer. So every time you try to put me in this, I'm never going to go in that corner. I don't go. Like, if we keep talking about, if you keep referencing the past, we cannot throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
But
that's what we've done, though.
Pretty and it was ugly and it was this and that.
But we threw the baby out the bathwater because what we're doing now, we didn't build on the past. We just said,
we didn't learn from the past.
And we didn't learn from either. And that's the problem.
Yes.
That's the problem. So what we had a structure back in the past. Once again, we're talking about the structure. We're not talking about what you're about to go into, right? We're talking about the structure, right? We had the structure that every other race has, nationality. I'm sorry, not race, because somebody got on me about that in one of these debates, right?
Yeah.
There's no such thing as race. I agree. No. So every other nationality has a certain structure, right? Do you see that structure in the black community?
We used to have it.
No, now. Do you see that structure as a whole?
No, especially not in the media.
So that is
not.
The media fuels it,
profiling us in a way. But do I personally see
the media is the matrix?
My life?
The media is the matrix.
Yeah, the media is the matrix.
Okay.
Yes, if we talk about like blue pill stuff, that's what they propose. But in my life, do I see it? Absolutely, I see it.
Yeah, right? Anecdotal. Yes, yeah, we see anecdotal.
But if anecdotal is like if now it's a statement of I want to talk.
Okay, cool. All right,
what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Mm-hmm. What comes first? Media's perception of us, and then we mirror their perception, or us being this way and them just saying it about us. And I think media's perception of us have made us mirror what
I
they
agree.
perceive us to be.
We agree on that point 100%. I'm gonna tell you why. We're gonna get in this question right after I say this little short thing. If y'all understand this country, the image of black person, how it took what it took, right? In this country, 1920s, 20ish, whatever. Don't quote me on the date or whatever, or the year. But it started off with the black image in this country, started off with a movie called Birth of a Nation. This is why white people think black men are so nefarious. This is why they fear black men so much in this country. Birth of a Nation was a movie about depicting a black man that supposedly raped a white woman. And this is also how the KKK used this film to fuel their KKK movement. And it was dead. The movement was dead. And I want y'all to go look this up, Birth of the Nation, look up the history behind it, right? Mm-hmm. It's crazy because you start to see how media actually molds a society, molds everything. And we're talking about 100 years later, damn near. 100 plus years, about 100 years later, we're talking about we still have the same framework to where KKK in this country is not being viewed as a terroristic group, right? It's not being viewed as a terroristic group, even though they know they killed so many black people. They knew hung, lynched, burned so many black people, right? But
that's a different situation. That's not. There's red pill, there's blue pill, and there's just fuck you. Like, to me, that's a fuck you situation. Okay. Like, everybody knows that they're terrorists.
I'm getting away from that stand was not about the pills, right? That stand was just to give people context because we got people not in this country. We got people. That's why I'm talking to people that's not from this country is watching. We have two people that actually come in. One's from Britain, UK, and one's from I can't remember.
Another place.
Hey, I'm sorry. When we interact again, I'll remember it. But this is where the black image came from, and also the black male image came to where it's the black male is so hated, and this is why they started, the whole thing about castrating the black male's penis when when we was in slavery, right? It's a whole penis envy thing. It's a whole, black male envy thing, or black male fear of black man. This film put that out there. And it was no facts behind this film. It was nothing behind this film, but it was a story to fuel this KKK movement, to where white people across America started signing up to KKK, getting different sects and different groups and branching out and whatever. And that's why you have so large of a racial what you call it, the groups, the groups, the divide, like also, but the different KKK the neo-Nazis. That's why we have all these different groups in this country, right? That's against black people. And I knew something was going on. You doing that? What you call me? Moving the camera. Am I doing, and I'm like, what is going on? Am I drunk? I had nothing to drink. I'm like, oh shit. But bad. So this is where media, going to what you were saying, this is how media is the problem. Media's put something out there, and we are being programmed. We don't understand as people. We are able to be programmed. Our brain is no different than this computer that I'm working on. It advertises, yes, advertise every day. They wouldn't spend millions of dollars in advertisement if it didn't work. So this is something. This is red pill. This is go back to red pill ideology, right? Understanding this versus blue pill. Like blue pill is like, no, we're not susceptible to this. We're not, we are our own people. We make up. No.
I would also say that sometimes people who think they're red pills are still on blue pill.
And they call purple pill. There's such thing as purple pill, which is in between. So you got to do your research. Like I said, and this is the problem, right? No. And I was about to make this point and I got stopped, right? So the reason why all these kind of exist, because when you talk about women's issues or whatever, all you know is feminism, right? The feminine. God damn, I
don't really know.
But I'm saying it falls up on that. It falls up on that group, right? It started there, falls up. That's what they had, right? You can have extreme radical. That extreme radical group, right? And it's every group, right? So what we do as men, MGTOW is radical. So it doesn't fall under a certain thing. MGTOW is radical. Then you got incels, which is super radical, right? But we separate it, right? The problem with that group, the woman group, right, is that they don't have sex to where you can distinguish it. So what happens is that it becomes just one encompassed thing, to where this is the problem.
Also, though, numbers is the number. Okay,
it's for a numbers thing.
Let's
I
say
understand.
the numbers game is that, and things get co-opted. So there are sects that end up getting co-opted and taken into, like, there's a very good enveloping that happens when it comes to our stuff. But go
to the question. Yeah, go to the question.
What do you think when people say it's not a race issue, but it's a class issue, as the communists and socialists say, it's a rich elite versus everybody else? Yes,
it is.
It's also
black
versus this. It's also
then it's that too.
Women versus this. It's also men versus this. It's also black men versus men. It's all of the above. It's blonde against brunettes and dark hairs.
Shout out to Jane Elliott. Shout out to Jane Elliott.
Yeah, it's slanted. Yeah,
actually, shout out to Jane Elliott.
His boo Jane. Anytime he can talk, hey Jane, come talk to him. Hey boo, come on. Where the camera at?
Hey Ashley.
Hey Ashley. That's the design. And my thing is this: if I can get around if I can co-opt something, if there's actually a pill, or there's actually there's a truth out there that exists beyond the superficial of what you can see. And that's my thing. There's a truth beyond all of this. All these people rah and cisco buying, crying, complaining, and the whole nine. There's a truth behind that. What that lady and the thing about it is, people saw, black people saw that situation that happened in Central Park.
Yeah, the Central Park 5.
No. Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. Okay, go.
The one happened with the guy and the dogs.
Yeah, guy and dogs. Microphone.
Oh, sorry. The one that happened with the guys and the dogs.
Hold
on 1 second.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
Okay. What happened with that? When the woman said to him, "I'm going to call the police and tell a black man said this." Yeah.
And she was weaponizing. She was weaponizing a whiteness and a white woman privilege.
But yes, words. Give us a fuck about those words. I hate when people use those. Oh, she's weaponizing. Fuck you. And all
but it was when she mentioned race. She did.
I want to be clear.
Okay.
I want to be
not
clear
you
about
personally,
what happened.
but that's what she did.
Fuck them. Fuck that word. I hate that because people.
Yeah, she weaponized police. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
People don't understand. Fuck that weaponizing shit because you don't know what that means. People don't really know what that means. What really happened is she said, I know how we see you. I know how we see
black
you.
men know what that means. Come on now.
Well, I said except the black community.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm telling you, like that's why I want to hide behind that word weaponizing. Because when white people hear weaponizing, it's like a whole different thing. Okay. No, what she was saying is, I know what they're gonna do. That means that
I can kill you and just call it. I can just call and basically get you killed.
Fine.
And you mean nothing to me.
Oh shit. You messed with me because you're trying to weaponize shit.
I weaponized.
You fucked like I had a whole.
I weaponized that image in your head so you couldn't use it. Weaponizing.
Then we talk about Emmett Till when it was like, oh, he
whistled
and it was an accident, and she accidentally, and it was like, no, she knew what the fuck she was doing, because for years, when that man said on the plane, when that man was trying to get on the plane, and he said, y'all treat me like a black person. When that white man who got arrested and manhandled to the ground, y'all treat me like a black person.
You treat me like a Negro. That's what he said in the airport. No, he said N-word.
Yeah, he said nigga. He said y'all treat me like this is.
They know.
It's not about weaponizing. It's not.
No, that call was weaponizing.
That I gave you something. No, they're telling you the world. They red pilled your ass right then and there.
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah. Anybody looked at it, they had to see the truth that she knows there's a problem. Right? She knows how people view us. No, she knows. No,
it's not a problem.
She knows.
It's a system that's already been set up that everybody's aware of.
Yeah,
it's not a problem. Means that there's something wrong with it. This is
okay. Gotcha. Fine. Okay. I agree. I'm sorry. I agree with that. Yeah,
perfectly fine.
I agree with you.
And this is where the system is designed. And what you just saw is her tell you what the system was.
Yeah. She put a red pill on your ass, basically.
Boom.
She said, "Okay, Nick, take that."
Yes.
You know, because he wasn't no black, he wasn't me, he wasn't like me, like he wasn't no been out there. He was bird watching. That's a different type of black person. I've never bird watched a day in my life. I know what hawks are. I know what vultures are. I know what pigeons are. I know what street rats are, which is pigeons. I know what that is, but I've never bird watched a day. What?
In Baltimore, there's a whole thing where like the hoodest black people, they bird watch and they know birds and the whole night. It's a whole thing.
All right, well,
it's just not our experience in New Orleans. It's also part of the drug game.
Okay.
Either way.
Hey, shout out Black Girl Interrupted, Ashley. She always
gives us
supports us, gives us loves, whatever. She's doing for June. She's doing the whole month, men's month. So black men, hey, go check her out. Tuesdays and Thursdays. She has a show tonight, I think. But Tuesdays and Thursdays usually at 8:00 Eastern.
9 o'clock Central. 9 o'clock Eastern.
9 o'clock. Sorry, 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central.
Yeah.
Supporting black men. She's big on accountability. Big on mental health. Go check out Black Girl Interrupted. All streams of.
I would say she's a red pill. She's
definitely she's definitely a red pill.
True term of what
she's definitely
a red pill would be.
Yes,
I would say she's a red pill because it's independent of like our topics. We talk about the black experience, but our topics are really about experience, life experiences, and what you get out of it is how you relate to your world.
Yeah.
Right. And so she talks about experience. She talks about it in an open and honest way.
Also her own experiences.
In her own, and she exposes
every single vein in her body, pretty much.
It's
like dope. Crying on, I'll be like, God, stop it, Ashley, stop it.
It's dope. It's a dope experience. I think it's necessary.
Tonight she's speaking on the gay community about gay black men. So
I'm gonna have to watch that.
I forgot.
Get on.
Ashley, I'm gonna tune on when we get off of here. I'm gonna tune on. Thank you for supporting.
So we'll go
back to the comment about the Latinos. So you give your comment, I'm gonna give my comment on that one.
Here's the thing, right? And if you had asked me last year this time, I was coming from a place of hurt. Okay. And
I'm glad you self-reflected.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Because but like you didn't live in Florida. I lived in Florida.
Okay.
Right? And Florida is a place where there are white, black, and Latin. For the most part, right? And that's and not saying that the other ones don't exist, but as far as that is concerned, sorry, let me fix that statement. There are white and black in Latin.
Yeah.
Not
no in
Latin.
Within it encompasses both.
So they definitely see a hierarchical where they see themselves above the black people, and so in my own experience, personal experience of watching, not personally, but watching it happen to
other people
over and over again, and watching. I had to actually ask myself what bothered me about it, right? And I had to
And
really
say what
ask
it is. Say what it is. Tell run down
about
what
the
it
difference
is.
between
The comment, because I made a comment. It started because I made a comment about us having to stick together, the black community and the brown community having to stick together. I'm going to, because it's getting hot in here. I'm going to turn it. I'm tripping. We got technology, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't have to go nowhere.
He has hot flashes.
My bad.
Anyway, hot flashes.
Go ahead. Speak on that. Speak
male
that.
menopause. No, like so, and I've been to multiple. Like I travel a lot in different Latin countries, right? There was a point when I grew up in New Orleans, loved everything that was Spanish, everything alive, and then I actually went there and I was like, yo, this is some bullshit. And like, so when people talk about black and brown people sticking together, and when you say it to black people, it's like saying to me, black people and white people need to stick together. Black people ain't the ones doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, and so that's what the place where I came from that, right? I came from a place where I would go to places like I went to and if I'm keeping this 100, absolutely 100, Latin women are the acceptable black women to black men.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. So and I'm gonna add on that. This is off topic.
Yeah, we're way off topic.
ADHD hour. Fuck it, we're off topic.
We'll get back on topic another time regarding this whole thing. But we're here. Let's stay here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna answer that. So this is almost the same thing, not the same, but almost the same thing in our community, right? New Orleans community. So think about it. The colorism. It's the same thing as colorism. It's only extended to them being exotics. Right.
Yeah,
it's to a man. Yeah, this is a man to a man. Yeah. It's not they saying black women are worse or black women are whatever. It's not saying
implied because because you're not a part of that conversation.
Okay,
you're not a part of the conversation.
I can't answer for every.
Women have told me to my face.
I can't answer for every black man. So that's the thing. I can't answer for every black man. I'm telling you how I see it. And
no, but I'm saying you've never heard.
I've heard. No, I have.
You as a black woman.
Yes, I've talked.
You've been a black woman.
No, I've talked to black women. Heard their part. Okay, go ahead.
Listen to me. You've never been a black woman having a Latin woman come to you to tell you about how black men don't fuck with you and they prefer them.
Wow. Okay. No. Okay. Yeah. No. But
I've also heard it with white women too.
They weaponized that for they weaponized those words and you were triggered.
But I was triggered.
Yeah.
I was triggered because of my experience growing up in New Orleans and watching the colorism happen in New Orleans.
And that's what it is. It's
so, and I had to ask myself those questions. I literally had to ask myself, how am I a part of this problem? And that was the hard question to ask because I'm like, because I've never personally experienced that. I've never had any of my dudes be like, oh, I'm gonna holler at you, Conchita, and like go off. I've never had that happen. So so why was I so triggered by that? Because I watched it so much growing up, and it wasn't Spanish women, it was light-skinned women and dark-skinned women and brown-skinned women not having a home. Right? Like I was a woman without a home. Like I was too light to be dark-skinned, but too dark to be light-skinned.
You was
I was in the middle. And like so it turned
into the edge of the book. You were in the crevice of the book. Nicole.
So, but watching that and like I have like those conversations, they've come to me, and the audacity of saying that made issues for me. And then I had to sit there and say, am I a part of the problem or am I a part of the solution? And is everybody like that? Is this and that? And that's not the case, because that's not the case. I know some dope people from all walks of life. Everybody, because then I could easily go into the issues between Black Americans and Africans. People from the continent of Africa. Right? And how the beef that there's underlying beef between that situation and whatever. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the people I got 2 people in my top 5 circle who are first generation Americans, but families from different countries in Africa, and I love them to death. So I can't keep grouping things. I can't keep allowing, like, if I'm coming with an issue of hurt and hate, if I'm coming to an issue with vitriol, if I'm coming to an issue with extra energy, I have to start looking into me.
That's what people need to do. That's a you problem. You need to understand it. Same thing. Bring it back to the red pill, blue pill, right? It's the same thing. Red pill is more accountability. Blue pill is believing. Okay. Blue pill is believing status quo.
Okay.
That's what it is. So I'm going to answer that question also. So the difference they
I don't think I ever answered it, but go.
No, you did. Yeah, no, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm fine though.
Okay.
I because I want to make sure if you ever watch any of my videos before this, you would see the discussions we've had about it.
And this is growth, and this is accountability.
And I've been very clear.
Yeah.
To be clear,
no, I agree.
My official position up until like last year talking about this was
F them Latinos, basically.
I didn't say that.
But it was
that was I'm not worried about other people's problems until I solve mine.
Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying that's what people might have taken.
I mean, they may have.
That's what I'm saying. I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember what you said, but I'm just saying.
I said that.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I'm very consistent. But I said because you were asking us to worry about other people's problems.
No, I was asking us. No, I didn't say that. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. Exactly. Okay.
You didn't say those words. You didn't use those words. But I'm saying it was like we have to join together. Your issues is our issues, and vice versa. And my thing was, until I see people willing to work on our issues, I'm not willing to help them with theirs. Because historically, there's been a system where we've been asked to join people's efforts, and then when it comes time to our needs, they're like
the female movement.
Yes,
the female movement,
the women's
perfect
rights movement,
perfect example.
Situations, and so that's why I say that, and I'm not saying that as trying to hit just Latin people. I'm saying that as in general, and so that's my statement. I still stand by that statement, but I know I felt what I felt when I kept hearing this black man sitting here saying, no, we have to protect the Latinos. We have to protect the Latinos. Because then it went into how I felt when I heard the first time I heard, not just the only time.
You saw me with a sombrero on or something, over here dancing or something?
No,
he's white knight and Latino women. Look at
I saw it was the same. Like I never had that feeling when it came to black men and white women because it's always been a historic thing. I never just thought that was different. Okay. But then I understood it in that moment because I felt like I felt like that's what it was. Like we're caping for these people who don't fuck with us. That's how I felt. And I asked myself these questions, and that's what it is. Do I feel like Latinos have it worse than black people? Again, I don't compare. I don't like would you rather get raped by Cosby or rather get raped by Weinstein? Like,
which one's penis is bigger?
One weighs way more.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ah, damn it. So that took that took the
one.
Yeah, there's a difference. Is he sweating on you because he got all that cholesterol and everything? Oh, stop fat shaming. Stop it. But
rape is rape.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True. So I'm not about to sit here and denounce somebody else trauma and pain to lift mine up.
Yeah.
We can both be in pain.
So my answer to that is
who supported us with this fucking
I saw it hiding one of them. I don't know who else.
Don't laugh at us.
But anyway, so my answer to your question is if we're talking about in this current system, right? I think yes, the answer would be yes, but if we're talking, we can't cut off the current from the past, right? So we're going to talk about past. I would say no, they don't have it the same as the black people. I think the black people, 400 years of oppression, 400 plus years of oppression is the worst thing you could. No, it's worse than anything. Like we can't even over there with it's over there in Germany, Nazi Germany, right? It's similar to that, right? It's similar to that only in America. So we can't say that Latino community didn't have to suffer 400 years under that oppression, under that chattel slavery, under these. That
was my earbud.
Oh,
you focus on the wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm ADHD hour. So yeah, we can't compare that. So because of there's such thing as generational traumas, generational curses, everything else. Yes, I wasn't alive during slavery, but
the
effects of it. Our grandmother was at the tail end of it, so she passed something down to our father and my aunt, and they passed something down to us and our cousins, and everything, to where we have certain views based on that.
And
we
love of watermelon.
Yeah. And you brought me some watermelon. She stereotyped the hell out of me. She blackmailed me. She brought me some watermelon, y'all. She's trying to say I'm just a Negro that eat chicken and watermelon. She's doing it to me. She's weaponizing watermelon against me. God damn it, stop it.
Let me say this though. I also wanna be very clear. Comparing Latinos to black people is like comparing white people to Irish people.
Yeah, you can't compare. Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Because Latinos,
we are some actually from the actually. Yes, you did.
I did do it.
Actually, you know, if the
Latinos have black people
okay,
in their community, so we can't.
No. Latino are black people. No, let's get this right.
Well, yeah,
Latinos are black people.
Some of them come from Spain. Some origin from Spain.
Okay,
and Spain
true,
is
true,
white.
True.
So that's
okay,
what
true,
I'm saying.
True.
Like, I don't want to. Let's not get lost.
Okay,
That's why I don't like doing the comparison
okay,
stuff
sorry.
because we're dealing with minimum. It's and nobody's trying to.
We
do
can't
that,
minimize.
But it can minimize the struggle
People
of being
struggle.
a black Latin person.
But I want to. I'm not minimizing. What I want to
struggle.
say, there's a difference, and I'm not trying to
definitely
minimize.
a difference.
Like I said, today they're going through today, and that's why when we had initially had that issue, that conversation, whatever. That's what I was trying to point out. Right at this point, they're at the bottom because they're being faced with something. Their kids are being ripped from them. You know, in that whole issue, that's what we're talking about, the ICE and all that stuff, and Trump was attacking them, and that's what we was talking about, just to give people context.
That's absolutely terrible. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's how we got that topic.
That's absolutely terrible. I agree.
That's how we got on that topic.
And I said that then it was absolutely
she said it was terrible, but then when my answer to that was what she didn't agree with.
Yeah, the solution.
And that's just to let you know.
And still,
because people don't know what it was about. And I just want to tell them that, just so they won't say you're a monster.
Watermelon.
Yeah, she's a monster.
Watermelon. And let me tell you the extent of weaponizing even stuff like that. Like, why? I remember I was in a state and like, it was in Alabama, and like they have watermelon. Their watermelon's amazing. But I'm in Alabama, and like historically speaking, Alabama ain't. The story that I've been told about Alabama,
it ain't black friendly.
Yes, it ain't black friendly. And so I'm in there with all this delicious watermelon around me. I'm like, I don't want to look like a stereotype. I don't want to look like I want watermelon. And while I'm sitting here allowing this stuff to stay in my head, stopping me from doing what I enjoy,
what you want to do,
everybody else is enjoying a goddamn watermelon,
eating all the rind and everything.
Like,
lift the feet up.
And I'm sitting here like that's what I mean about like there is an honest to God truth that exists in this world. And if we stop allowing ourselves to get stuck in the nuance of color and sex and race and religion and all these other different titles, and we scrap everything and what country you're from and what language you speak, and we pull it all back, at the end of the day we're all human, and we want safety and prosperity and to pop bottles and fuck hoes and bitches and shit. We want all the stuff. We want to win.
Yeah,
everybody wants to win. The problem is
love, life, pursuit of happiness.
In life, most people understand to win it requires an extent of work that most people ain't willing to give, and from other people who ain't willing to give it, they're willing to make other people. They don't want to let go. Sacrifice other people to get it.
They don't want to let go what they got. Because they don't want to share it. Yeah. So I'm gonna get real deep for anybody coming around that's deep, right? If you cut us, do we not bleed?
Oh Lord.
Hey, you get everything in this show. Come on now.
We do.
Someone say host?
Someone said
yes, she said it, Ray. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It's me. I mean, that's what we want. We want. I want to be fine. I want to have a six pack. I want to. I want to walk down the street and my hair is instantly done, and people see the value in me that I may not see. Like, we want high things for ourselves, but what we're willing to do to get it is what's the problem. Like, we're at a point, like, and like this is kind of off topic, but if we're talking about red pill shit, then it shouldn't be. Yeah. We're at a point where life where we are like, this is why I hate filters.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is all a part. Like, I understand that we're having fun with it, and this is whatever.
But when every picture's a filter, is a problem.
It's designed for us to hate who we are. It's designed for me. Like, every time I look in the mirror, like I did a photo shoot when we did it for our niece. What did you say? Instant hose would be nice, like instant noodles.
Just pour water. Oh shit!
Stupid. Like, we did a photo shoot, and I got my makeup done. It was absolutely gorgeous, right? But at the end of the day, I gotta be me, and I gotta take this off and be happy with who I am. And all of these things are designed for us to hate ourselves. And if the more we hate ourselves, the more we buy and consume and take and like go to these doctors, nip and tuck and hate and then and look at other people and judge them for not doing the stuff you did.
But you're judging yourself against them. So basically, what you say other people are doing, you're doing it to yourself.
Yep.
and nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it to you, but in your mind, you're doing it to yourself. So you have to do this extra stuff. And that's my problem. Like makeup, I don't care about white women wearing makeup. I don't care about any other culture. I can't speak on them, but I care about my sisters wearing makeup because I understand, right?
The history of makeup.
It's a history and also the mentality that is saying these young girls. I got 7 nieces. I got a granddaughter now. I don't want them to feel that they need this makeup to have any kind of shut the hell up. To get any kind of to have value, you have to have makeup on. I don't want my sons or my grandson.
Deeper than that, Willie.
Well, I mean, but I'm saying
that's a history to makeup.
No, there's a history
that has to do with looking like white women.
No, I understand that. Yeah,
so it's well past
the image. But I'm saying no because.
How many people don't blend their necks? How many?
Okay, stop it, because you're gonna make me start telling jokes. I'm not trying to tell jokes. So my thing is the mentality, right? Because I have, like I said, 7 nieces and a granddaughter now, and for my sons, right? I don't want my sons to believe that that they have to look a certain way. She have to look a certain way to see value in that woman and that sister, that the woman that shares your same image, your same complexion, your same whatever. And I don't want them to believe that they have to be a certain thing to have value, right? Mm-hmm. Because what they show men is that they have to have expensive cars, they have to have expensive clothes, they have to have jewels and all this other stuff to have value. So that's my issue, and I'm gonna talk about in the Black Male Podcast, just a plug, right, real quick. Black Male Podcast. I'm gonna go into this. I'm gonna go into the cancers of our community, meaning the Black community, the cancer of Black community, and I'm gonna talk about materialism being one of them. Mm-hmm. So
all day.
So
all
I don't
long.
want. That's the problem with our community, right? We have certain cancers that, like I said once before, if the world gets a cold, the Black people get the flu, and we have to attack this. And that's why I'm telling the women to send your sons over there, you send your males that you love and whatever over there, so we can have these discussions. Because going back to what I was saying when we got sidetracked with all this shit, I was saying the stuff I put out to vote for it. Everybody believes that Black men have some kind of lost their way. Black men are not in the homes. Everybody believes this. It's not about perception, it's reality, right? It's not about reality. It's about the perception of it. We have to attack perception and give them statistics and bring them over so they can see the reality. Because we can't fight the media. The engine is the media, right? Mm-hmm. Unless we have these conversations. So that's what I was getting at. So that's why I say I'm pulling away from this platform here. I'm pulling away because I have to separate it, because I have to be free to say some things that you might not like, and it might not reflect this channel, but it needs to be said, right? Okay. It needs to be said because we have so many people, so many young men out here without faults. And what's going to happen, right? They're going to go to Red Pill community. Like I said, there's extremes to everything. So they're going to go get these videos, Red Pill videos. They're going to get these MGTOW videos. They're going to get the Black Manosphere videos. And what they're going to do, there's a such thing as called Red Pill rage. There's something else for you to look up, right? Something else for you to look up. There's another thing called whatever. There's another thing that's called Red Pill rage. So what happens is when you're unchecked, Red Pill is unchecked, right? They've been hurt by a woman or a couple of women. They go into this thing, and that's where you get violence towards women, right? Because it's unchecked. So that's why I said I need to create.
That's not Red Pill.
No, but no. The idea is that once again we go back to MGTOW. What it started at.
Oh, okay.
So it turns to something else. So you start off the views of Red Pill views, and then as things start happening in your life, you start having experiences. Those views get once again the word weaponized. Words weaponized. We're gonna go back to weaponized because that's the best way I could say.
I hate that word because weaponized means that we're giving people permission for something they already have. We're not handing anybody a gun.
No, weaponized means that you're using something against somebody.
Yeah, but you're not like weaponized meaning to provide a weapon to give people this.
Okay. Like no, you're weaponizing a word using it against that person. We have two different meanings of it. Weaponized, and people in the comments say what do you feel weaponized means? But my meaning of weaponized is that you're saying something, you're doing something
it's used as a weapon
that's used against it. And not that I took something from you.
But that also means that you gave it power.
Like okay. So to weaponize something, is it
right? Don't nobody give a shit who you agree with.
To weaponize. So the thing is, I don't have to give it power for it to hurt, right? Do I have to give this fist power? Do you have to give this fist power?
I will tell mama.
But okay, but it's weapon. I'm weaponized. I close my fist, right, and use it to strike you. That's weaponized. But
that's not weaponizing because that fist is okay. Well,
words. Anyway,
we'll
but like I said, let me get back to what I'm saying.
Me and you think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We gonna do this off camera.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
That's me. I might not know. Is what I'm saying.
So the thing is, because what I'm asking women to do, right, is to bring them over to me because
I don't think you should separate the channel. I just stopped watching it. I stopped watching Black Male.
Whatever.
Well,
but
this is why I stopped watching Black Male.
Okay.
For me.
Okay.
Because I'm not there. I'm not at the level where you like what you're trying to do. That's like me watching elementary school stuff. I'm not in elementary school. I got my master's degree. Like, I already believe beyond, I already see beyond certain things in my mind. Not saying I can't learn. I'm saying, and what I want to do is have things challenge a situation. So I think separating it creates a area where they can't see other discussions. Like
no. I'm gonna send them back here. But the thing, so this is the thing, right?
Fine if you want to do it.
No. I'm trying to explain to you, right? So people are gonna look at a certain thing, right? It's under the ADHD Hour banner, right? Where are you gonna say this is a black male issue under ADHD Hour banner? Black male is a brand that's speaking specifically to black men.
That's fine. I was just saying if you were doing it because of me.
No. That's not no. I'm saying because of, if I'm gonna get some guys on to do what I'm asking these women to do, it's it's under the brand black male. It speaks to what we're actually doing. We're actually trying to do the direction that is going.
I was just making sure it wasn't.
No, not now. No, I don't give a damn about you.
Oh, so rude. You see how you treat me?
But yeah. So
where's my pill?
I'm sure you have some at home. So this is the thing I'm trying. The reason I had this topic, the reason I did this was because men are going to get this content anyway, right? These black men are going to get this content. What?
Can you explain the Black Manosphere?
Oh, the Black Manosphere is a place where they go, and it encompasses.
Is it a safe space for men?
There you go. There you go. It's a safe space for men, right?
So Manosphere is where the MGTOWs and the red pill people
can go.
To discuss.
Now we have.
It's kind of like a location.
Yeah, it's at YouTube. It's at YouTube, but it's a Black Manosphere. You type in Manosphere. No, type in Manosphere. Actually, I'm adding Black Manosphere because we're black men. But type in Manosphere, #Manosphere, whatever, in YouTube, and you'll see a list of videos. They also have women in there. Like it's not that it's just men, because they have women that share these same views, these red pill views, and they have women. I had a video, right? Did you remember the video? Did you see the thing I did with Eric? The video about the woman that was a feminist, and she went over there to the men's rights advocate group. Yes. Okay. She became a red pill, and there's a movie she did called The Red Pill. You saw it? How do you feel about that?
I thought she was. I mean, I understood exactly what. I appreciated her honesty. I appreciated. So basically, the movie was like she initially came in having an agenda, and the agenda was to prove that men,
are evil. Men are the culprits.
I was gonna say ain't shit, but you evil, know what I mean, like putting the blame on men. That was her agenda. But her job stopped her from doing what her bias told her to do.
She had to do something as a reporter. As somebody that's being a reporter, you have to be unbiased. You have to report the truth. And she had to do that, and it took her to where she lost friends, she lost allies, she lost people that she really cared about because she reported the truth, the absolute truth. And this is the red pill. Like, and you saw the movie, so you really know what red pill is, because that's what actually is.
Look at me.
You know, because you looked at the movie.
Yeah,
so that's the whole thing.
I thought it was good, but see, that's how I feel. Like in general, like the thing about it was, like, I feel like because she was trying to balance out the narrative, she went straight way on the other side. And that has to happen because the narrative is so weighted in one area.
Which narrative? No, which narrative? Because we need to be specific.
The narrative of, in the case, there was a few different narratives. Like one of the things that she talked about. So, and I feel very strongly about is men rights to children, men rights to their own autonomy. Like as far as like, it bothers me, like it hurts me when people laugh at violence towards men, because that's a serious fucking problem. There's a whole episode of like Snapped exists because of that shit, so it's not funny. And because we narrate this stuff, like, don't get me wrong, I laugh at a lot of inappropriate shit.
But then, I mean, you can be like, initially it's fun. Some things might be funny, but no, I'm saying,
because if somebody hits you, hands.
Yeah, but I mean, some things to people might be funny, but when you sit down and you pinpoint behind it, like I said, the mindset behind that is that when it happens,
his needs and his emotional
the same
don't
needs.
matter.
It's the same, and it's the same needs. Men have the same needs as women have.
Absolutely.
So,
but once we get there, I understand what she did. She had to bounce. She had to go way on the other side and show the stories of these people, and I'm with her all day long, because where men have the strength and authority over our body when it comes to voting and
we can't talk about voting because
y'all been. Let me make my statement.
Okay, go ahead.
We're talking about abortions and stuff like that. Women, men have the authority over our sex in regards to what we do with our body, meaning abortions or rape. I can't, like the terms of people, like there's a statute of limitation on rape. There's these things that they're physical strength over us, this kind of stuff. Men have that authority over us. Women have the authority over our emotion, over men's emotions and security of emotions, like children and finances and stuff like that. And they play into that. And that's a fact. And so when you come to me about stuff like, people got mad when Adele husband got spousal support. Yeah. I fucking didn't. He was working. He was a home husband. Why is it okay rules for her to do it and not for him to do it?
So Nicole, you're officially red pill. I'm gonna put you the red pill stamp.
I don't know. I got to do research.
I'm saying okay, once again,
under the official
the foundation, because we can say, because we say it so. No, but I'm just saying, feminism was a great thing. The start of it was great. Women need to be able to do everything a man can do.
I don't agree with that.
No. Oh. I'm saying under the law.
Oh yeah,
under the law,
we should have our own autonomy.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes. So I believe in that feminism, right? Under the current feminist situation, it's more about control rather than equality. What you just said was something that women have control over, men feel like it's a difference, right?
That's strengths. We have our
own strengths, and that's the whole thing. That's the red pill, right? The Black Manosphere is teaching men the difference. The Black Manosphere is teaching men the difference. That what you just said, basically, you summed it up perfectly. Women's strengths or the emotional thing, they can emotionally control us, or they can emotionally fuck us, right? They can emotionally fuck us. They can emotionally cause us harm. We could be excommunicated from everything. We could be exiled from society, basically, if a woman put in a woman's hands, right?
I agree.
But we can do physically. Men show violence physical. Women show violence emotional, right? Maybe. It's both damaging.
I seen a girl lift a guy up by his throat.
And like, God damn. Outliers. Yeah,
he was up off the ground.
Outliers. And she's double dangerous. Triple dangerous. She's triple dangerous. But so it's understanding that when people say it's not equal, right? People say men and women are not equal in this country, whatever. They're not understanding that. They're only looking at the one thing, the pros of being a man, right? And not the cons of being a man.
Yes.
There's all kind of cons of being a man, and this is the Black Manosphere, right? This is red pill.
I agree.
MGTOW for everybody. No, MGTOW has chosen to just say, fuck this board. Fuck this. We staying away from y'all. We transitional only. We're not getting married, which MGTOW is a problem to me. Personally, MGTOW is a problem to me because for the Black community.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We're going to break it down. Okay, we'll break it down. But anyway, this is in all, because we're going to wrap this up.
Yes.
But in all, right, this is what it is. And this, back to what I'm saying, I want y'all to give this to other men. Black Male Podcast will be part of Black Manosphere. I have to go to the Black Manosphere because we have to start. I have to start being able to.
This podcast is showing the separation of Black male into the Manosphere. And
correct.
That's fine.
Correct.
And this, and to be fair, this is something he said, like he said to me that there needs to be. And I agree with. I think there needs to be responsible discussions of men actual topics that aren't salacious and just designed to push buttons and actually be helpful to people. And those kind of things don't get a lot of views and whatever.
That's the point.
Fine.
That is the point. My final, like the final straw, the final nail that made me do this, right? Because when you see everybody has a problem with Kevin Samuels, right? Everybody has a problem. Well, not everybody. Women, a lot of women, and some simp beta males. To be honest,
that's not true.
No. Listen, no. Okay, we getting off topic. Anyway, the guys that white knight. Put it this way: the guys that white knight women that do this for a reason because they want women attention. Let's just say that. I'm gonna take it away from. They're vocal about him. Put it this way. They're vocal about him because they want the female attention. Men do stuff for certain reasons, and it's because of women a lot of times.
I don't know. I will say that on some level, Kevin, I was watching the DJ Vlad did an interview with him, which I thought was a dope interview in general, because DJ Vlad was able to ask questions.
He said that, no, he's had other interviews, if you look, and he said the same thing.
No, I'm not talking about what he said. I'm talking about how he, where he, his questions were very pointed and direct, and like
okay, gotcha.
Like
okay,
it forced him, like, because Kevin likes to tell a story. He's very flamboyant with how he tells stuff. He goes off into tangent, like he probably has ADHD.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and I think he do.
He may.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
he
know.
does have.
But for me, my attention span, you can't have an ADHD
and that's why he has to be so.
person talk to
But
ADHD
think about
person.
why he has to be so direct, though. Is to combat that.
Okay, let me finish.
Go ahead.
The ADHD
Okay,
boy.
go ahead.
Let me finish. So, like, my thing is, it was a really good discussion that he had with Kevin Samuels, and I realized something. I realized what it was that bothers me about the whole sphere of the Kevin Samuel movement. Right? Here's the thing: when we watch his stuff, and there's a consistent message. Right? I sent you that spoof. That spoof was hilarious.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
There's a consistent message that happens. Right? Where he breaks down a discussion to finances, physicality, and when whatever. And not saying I disagree. See, the problem was, like I told you before, the stuff he was saying wasn't untrue. But I realized what it is. The stuff he was saying was based on his own constraints. He set his constraints. He set the rules. So you're coming in here trying to argue against something that was already stacked, right? He's giving you his blue pill. Because he's talking about men, like, yes.
Okay.
Men are attracted to physical initially. He ain't tell no lie. There's no lie told there. The responsibility for, like, but he's bringing the onus on women. Just want to be protected and paid. Like that's all we want. Like there aren't, and not saying there aren't people who don't want that, right? There are people who want that. I'm not saying that. But also, what did we just come from saying? Is media giving us who we are, or are we telling media who we are? Media is telling us who we are. So people are buying into these messaging of popping bottles, flying things, and this, that, and first class. And
he's not talking about.
No, I'm not there. I'm just saying media is selling things
gotcha. You
to
talking
us.
About media? Okay.
That we are buying, and we're taking it on, and we're emulating. So if that's the case, there was a time when media sold to us, be a good wife, let your wife look good, let your wife represent you in a way, this, and this, like the good happy homemaker. And that's stuff that he references, the old days of being married, where a woman was like this woman who knew how to keep her weight down, and this, that, and the third. But it doesn't take for account for the fact that the real life world, the real world we live in, both partners got to work. Both partners got to work. That means that we don't have time to keep our asses in the gym to be this, that, and the third. And if you want to be successful, you're spending more time working than you are working on your relationship, because you're trying to get yourself out of systematic poverty. That's been set against us. So when he talks in this little area, like this little bubble, and there's all this other stuff that's a reality around it that makes it seem like that's why 20-year-olds are on that conversation. That's why the people he get are the people he get, because the reality of the situation, it is way more nuanced than how much you weigh.
No, I agree.
How tall
So the reason why
I don't care how much money you make.
Okay. So the thing is,
he's causing MGTOW.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
He is, because
he's not. MGTOW was there.
No, what I'm saying, but he's feeding into it.
Oh. Okay.
He's feeding into it by saying that all you have to offer is your money to these women. And he's saying, women, you want to get this money, lose more weight.
So, Nicole, I'm going to say this. I agree with you halfway. I agree with you halfway. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if it was just a monologue, right, where he's just saying this, and he's just saying it, then yes, I would agree with you. But it's not.
We just come from. That's why I said what I said about media. That's why I said
media. But he doesn't control. He doesn't control. Oh, it just went. It goes to dark mode when it gets dark outside. Media. So he doesn't control the people that come in there.
No, but media already feeds into a narrative, and the media feeds into a narrative. Like, if we agree that media shows us who to be, then these people who are and I don't have. Like I said, I'm at the point where I don't dislike Kevin Samuels as much as.
Well, we're not talking about the person. Let's not talk about the person. Let's talk about
the messaging.
Okay, there you go.
I can take and leave his messaging, right? I don't really care how he delivers it, because it should be funny too. So I mean, like, I can watch it and watch him go. Like, it's a consistent to me. To me, this is just like a part of this shtick. right? The stick is he sit there, tolerate this. Then he gonna ask you about your weight, and he gonna ask you about
Well,
this.
it has to be entertaining.
It's a stick. Yeah, it's a part of the entertainment. So I don't hold that. I'm not mad at that. I don't think he's trying to do like the core of the information that he's providing is also still based on a blue pill ideology. And the blue pill ideology is women are only worth physical shit. Men are only worth what they can provide you. And that's it.
If you watch one or two, 3 episodes, you're not going to get the full spectrum, right? He gives you it in doses. He gives you certain things in doses to where he needs to have content. So
does he talk about race and how it plays a part? Does he talk about how there needs to be 2 households working and that you cannot live
he asked them questions.
What do you want? Questions he asked, that's the problem. You're dealing with people who aren't educated.
Nicole, can we listen to saying you can lead a person to water, but you can't make them a horse of water.
But he's not leading them to water.
No, I'm not saying he is. No, what I'm saying, I'm saying you're saying you people, I can't educate somebody that's ignorant, right? I can't never do that. I can't do that.
But who's the ignorant?
But what I can do is point out their ignorance, and they can go back and look at it and say, "Oh shit, I sound stupid."
I don't believe he feels that way. I don't believe the reason why I don't believe he feels that way because he ends the conversation talking about how stupid they are and this, that, and the third. They want a man to take care of them. They want this, that. At no point does he say,
"No, he believes in no, he believes in hypergamy." He said this openly.
Hey, what's hypergamy? Sorry,
hypergamy is where women.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hypergamy is where women they choose men based on he said women should choose men that are the best thing for them. Whether it be finances, whether it be protection. When you want a man that's buff, that got abs and whatever, that's hypergamy. You want a dude that can protect you. You want somebody that's higher up. Yes, hypergamy. The idea of hypergamy is somebody that is higher up in you, whether it be class, whether it be socioeconomical, whether it be physical, right?
Okay.
6 feet. Why do women want dudes at 6 feet? Think about it. Majority of women say because they feel protected, right? That's the reason behind the 6 feet thing.
I just want to not have to look down.
Okay, but I'm saying, okay. Anyway,
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying, but majority women.
But the point is, who gave him that?
It's
this is like
talking. Nicole,
this is like
me and Kevin Samuel has a similarity, right? I've talked to hundreds, almost 1,000. What? No, I don't have no damn bow ties. I talked about let's say about thousands of women in 7 years. I've had the same conversation with women and pointed out the same shit that he's pointing out at some point in my career is dressing women. Right? I've pointed out that I knew he was going at, so I cut you off by dressing women. I knew where he's going.
I wasn't going to say that. I was about being responsible for once. I was about to say something else.
Okay.
I was not gonna, which I'm mad because I missed an opportunity.
Nah, I cut you off. Anyway, I cut you off. Anyway, but in the industry I was in, I've done fashion shows. I've done, I've dressed women every day. Women coming to me for advice for clothes. They've come to me, and we also talked about relationships. That was something big we talked about because I'm the only man around a group of women every day for 7 years, right?
So you've said to women that, hey, women, you need to understand no man's gonna take care of you. If you're really trying to get ahead as a people, you need to make sure you're bringing to the table equally as much as he's bringing to the table because we are all behind the curve. And if we're trying to build generational wealth, it can't happen with him taking care of you. Is that the conversation you had?
Nicole, okay. You're talking about the deep level. Majority of people are not that deep. And you can't have that.
But that's my point.
You can't have that conversation with people.
You can't. I'm saying that's my problem with Kevin.
Okay,
Kevin Samuel.
but what I'm saying,
that's my problem with his messaging.
And okay,
because he stays in the blue pill.
No, that's not the blue pill.
To me, that's the blue pill.
Okay, so we're getting off topic, right? My point.
I'm not off topic. My point. He stays in the blue pill.
No, but my point in bringing him up was that people. You said it too, and you just kept on going. But people go to him, right? He's almost at 1 million views. Whether they think he's problematic or not. They feed that. Right? They feed that. So the thing is, because they say everybody a lot of people, I don't like him. So I'm giving an alternative. And to do that, I have to go over to Black Manosphere to give them an alternative. And they have other guys that are alternative to that. But the thing is that they don't have as many views. And for everybody to say it's a problem, they don't support stuff that's more responsible. They don't do it. So for me personally, Willie, for me to say, right, I can speak and say something and and talk about all this KS stuff and all this other stuff, right? Unless I do something, actively do something, I can't speak on whatever he's doing. I can't speak on and really in my heart of hearts feel that I did something, or I can armchair quarterback this thing all day long like everybody else doing. They're doing response videos to him and all that stuff. Armchair quarterback. What are you doing about it? What are you doing about it?
I agree.
And that's why I said
absolutely agree with those things. Mm-hmm. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree with your intentions on this. My thing is, at the end of the day, like if you can, I don't know what purple pill. Now I got to fucking research.
It's a mixture. It's a mixture.
I'll get there. Yeah. But my point is, if we're gonna be red pill, let's be fully red pill.
No,
and that's not. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
If we're gonna be red pill, let's be fully red pill. And I'm not gonna talk. Look, I'm not gonna talk to you in a position where I'm telling you the wrong shit to get you to the right shit. I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you this is wrong. I can tell you how to get through wrong. When I used to do consulting, I used to do life coaching. I used to tell people all the time, they're like, why are you telling me? I mean, not all the stuff was necessarily above board. The advice that I gave them, but I made sure they were aware. This is the wrong advice that I'm giving you.
But if
you want to do the right thing, this is what it is. I'm not just telling you this to be popular. I'm not just telling you. I'm trying to get you out your situation. And if I want to get you out your situation, I need to expose you to the truth.
Okay. Let me tell you the full on, like the full 380 degree view of this. 360 degree view of this, right? Combating mainstream media. What's going on, right, in the Black community, to what we do, it's going to take something that is going to, people are not going to like. Okay, let's take it from Kevin Samuel, right? The same, almost like he's trying to get the same results. And this is, if you watch all of DJ Vlad thing. So I want you to go to watch him with, watch different interviews, right? Go watch him with, what's that dude named, the rapper? You know what I'm talking about. Joe Budden. Watch him with Joe Budden. Yeah, I understand about him, and people have a problem with him. Yes, he's problematic. Yes, but the thing is information, right?
I don't have a problem with Joe Budden.
No, I'm saying people that might be watching.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say,
but I understand this. It's about information, because people, when I brought that up, right? Because I've had debates.
Slow.
Yeah,
turn him on spit
we didn't talk about that. When we got debates, right? I had debates and talk about this stuff. I'm like, okay, Joe Budden, he's not nothing to talk about women. No. It's about the information, right? We can you can have a dialogue with an idiot, right, and still pull away something from that, right, if you look for it.
No, okay, let me be clear. My issue isn't what his intentions
No, not
are.
you.
No,
I'm
saying, no, you're talking about me going to go look at Kevin Samuel and his messages.
Okay, gotcha.
My issue ain't what his issues, like what
no, his intentions. His intentions. His overall intentions.
I know what his intentions are, and what he's executing are two different things, is what I'm saying. Whether his intentions are,
that's your. I'm gonna tell you your perception.
My perception is the only one that matters to me.
But I'm trying to give you
I'm trying to give you
I know what your perception is. We just said it.
Saying, but
you just ran it on it.
I didn't rant. I was very clear, because words matter. I wasn't ranting. I was proving a fact of the matter is that he's staying in the old world. Like where, like who gives him the authority and the right to rank people? He created that world and that atmosphere.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
they rank people every day.
No, but who gives him the right to rank people and the authority to rank people, to tell people?
You know who give him the right? You know, no. Answer.
I asked you the question.
No, do you know who gives him the right? No, I'm answering your question. You know who gives him the right?
I'm not saying that to say get you to answer. I'm saying what gives him the right to do that.
Okay.
And I'm saying if he's trying to help people, you help people. He's not. This is like he's acting like keep it 1,000. This is media. This is for attention. When he was old regular dude with the bow tie, doing the stuff when he wasn't popular, it didn't work. He did what worked, and this is what it is. So he's mixing his message, and it's not coming across.
He spoke to men the first time. He wasn't talking.
I'm saying
people that's listening.
I'm saying he mixing his messages, and he's not like what he's intending to do, and what he's doing ain't working. That's my personal feeling.
Give me your perception of what you think he's intending to do. What do you think he wants to do?
He says that he wants to bring people together. Like he thinks that we need to be married. Okay, that's the whole.
Why do we need to be married?
That's the way the system is designed. Like his whole belief for like Black people. Like this is how it helps our community to be.
Okay. Do you think it helps? Do you think it helps our community?
Me personally, don't ask me personally.
No, because we're talking about your perception, Nicole.
But I'm can I finish my statement about him? Because if he's saying he believes we need to be together and we need to be one as a unity, as a couple, then him telling people that they're like calling people stupid, calling like these females, and he's creating languages that's divisive. And divisive does not bring people together. That's it.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. In his delivery, if he's trying to get people married and he's trying to get people to a certain point, he's creating divisiveness because it's always these females, this. I never hear him say these men. Nicole. It's always dismissive when it's
3 years he spoke to only men.
I'm not saying he hasn't spoke to them. I'm saying he doesn't use, even when I saw him speak to those men, he was talking to them as individuals. They were stupid. When he refers to females, I want you to watch it when you watch these videos, because I know you watch them. When he, because I watched it again in preparation for this. I watched those videos where he
go
talked
back
about
to the 3 years, and he's talking about a certain type of men.
He doesn't say these men though. He said those type of y'all females, y'all this, like we're all in one.
Nicole, you got to go back and listen. Women that think like, listen to this is the words he actually said. Women that think like this woman here. I'm telling you, women that think like this. I'm quoting him, right? I'm not talking.
And I'm quoting him too. He said these females.
Once again, Nicole.
He said those y'all females think this. That's what he's saying.
Women that think like her.
I'm saying is with men, he refers to them as individuals. When it comes to women and they're doing stupid, when men do stupid shit, they're individuals doing stupid shit. They get autonomy. When women do stupid shit, all of us doing it.
Nicole, that's what I'm telling you. If you look at enough content, women that think this is his words. Women that think like
he doesn't refer to, when he says
women that think like this woman.
No, when he says Nicole, y'all men, I'll agree with you. But my point still stands. Well, he refers to men as individuals.
Heidi said he's only trying to say the top 10% of men have the ability to choose. He's checking women to make them see that.
Heidi, I don't agree.
Heidi's watched a lot. Okay,
anyway, I don't agree.
Okay, and you don't agree.
He's checking men to see what, because then
he's checking women to make them see that.
Men are not black men, Heidi. The top 10% of men are not black men.
They're not. And he asked that question.
Setting up a system that lies.
He's asked that question. Then he tells us the statistics. He says, if you're talking about black men, he says it's only 5% of black men. He says only 4, maybe 3%. He says 3%. I'm sorry, 3%. He says 3% makes over a certain amount. They're statistics.
The top 10% of top 10% of men, don't quote me on it, but I feel like top 10% of men. You know who's not included in top 10%? Time Warner, the black man who's on who. You
talking about your boy that had BT and all that stuff?
Yes. Huh? Yes. I think maybe he may be, but I don't think he's in the top 10.
You're not. He's talking about the top 10% of earners. So he's talking about the top percent, meaning a percentage making over 100,000. That's what he's talking about. He's very specific. He's not talking about
top 10% isn't people making over 100,000.
That's one. What you talk?
10% is top 10% of earners.
Earners, yes.
Yeah, consistently. Earners is not 100,000. Earners is the people who make Bill Gates. Top 10% is Bill Gates.
Nicole, he's not talking. He's talking about out of people. So people that make over $100,000 is only a certain percentage of men. It's only a certain percentage of men across the board. There are statistics for that, and it's only 10%. That's what he said.
But my thing is, 100,000 ain't no money.
Okay. Once again, doesn't have.
But I'm answering what Heidi says.
Okay.
They have the ability to choose, checking them to make them see that. That's not the case. 100,000 ain't a lot of money.
And I agree with you.
So I'm addressing Heidi.
I agree with you.
That's all I'm saying. Okay. You put Heidi's comment up here. I'm addressing it. I was saying something totally different. You put Heidi's comment up here. That's not true. That's what I'm saying. All right. He's telling women that they have to settle. And I'm saying this. Here's the worst thing about it is. Here's the worst thing. I think women need to settle. In certain ways. What he's saying, what they got to put up, he's told them that you got to put up with men cheating on you. He's alluded to that.
Nicole, then you got to go back. Then you got to go back to the next one because you stopped there. When you go at the next one, he says, but the men that have dick discipline, you need to look for a man with dick discipline. He comes back to the next one. He talks about dick discipline. High value men control their dicks. You didn't see that one.
But he's also said in other videos that high value men have the right to.
They have the options. Yeah. No, options and options is different, right?
And then he referred
options is different, right?
Cheat and they have to put up with it because there are high value men. He's referred. All I'm saying is keep the same energy. At least you can say what you want about me, but at least when I say something, I say something, I say something, I say something, and I go back and I go this, and then I sit there and let you know when I was wrong, and I go back. I'm not sitting here straddling the fence on this stuff, and he straddles the fence based on the conversation. He wants to win the argument.
Oh, okay.
That's it. He wants to win the argument. It's that simple.
Okay, so the thing is, because you can. It's all taped. It's all taped, right? It's all tape.
Who, his stuff?
All this stuff is tape. You can go in there and you could go dissect it and everything. But I'm
not. It's not about. It's about consistency of messaging. It's about consistency of messaging. And at the end of the day, if I could catch him one time saying that he said that it's okay to cheat if you got money, then all that matters is
he didn't say it's okay to cheat. He didn't say that. That's not what he said. He said high value men have options. They exercise their options. That's what he said.
What does that mean?
Once again,
what does that mean?
That means they have the option to do so. They have all the options because they have resources. They have resources. But then he said
the option is to cheat.
Okay. Everybody has the option though.
No,
think about does everybody have the option?
You're putting your thoughts in it. I'm telling you,
because he's leading you a certain way. He's leading you a certain way for it because
I'm
you
not
see
you no I'm maintaining my consistency.
No, the consistency is this, Nicole. The consistency is this. What's gonna attract you? What's gonna speak to you? Right? It's not gonna speak to everybody else. You're taking your perception of something,
I'm not taking my perception. I'm taking his words.
Okay. Okay. When somebody says something, right? You have a perception of his words.
I don't really care.
Okay, Nicole.
I'm beyond him. I'm beyond the stuff that he says is amusing.
But listen to this, Nicole. Take it outside of Nicole's world, in Nicole's mind, right?
It's not Nicole's mind.
No, I'm saying take it outside of yourself. I'm saying right now, take it outside of yourself. Mm-hmm. When somebody says something to a person, we're not talking about you. When somebody says something to a person, right? They have their mind goes somewhere. They have a perception of those words, what they mean, just like weaponize. They have a word, they have a perception of what that means, right? When he says something, you have perception. He's talking to women, the women that come to him, they want a certain outcome. He said he doesn't care about what they do.
I want you to do it. He
wants
test.
their outcome. He cares about their outcome. Send a test
to the people you talk to and ask them if Kevin, do you think, like Kevin Samuel says that high value men exercise their options. Is he giving them permission to cheat?
Who can give you permission?
No, I'm saying, all I'm asking.
People are going to do it if they do it.
All I'm asking is a question. Okay. If you think the people who watch him think that he's not giving them permission to cheat, that's all I'm asking you. I'm saying, if you have money, you have the permission to cheat. Is he saying that you got to shut the fuck up and let him cheat because he got the money? If these people who aren't seeing this are saying, because you're saying he's not talking to educated people, he's talking to people at a lower level. If he's talking to people at a lower level,
never said that either.
Now that's my words.
What the hell?
That's my words. I'm saying lower level. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. But you still said something akin to like he's talking to people. You gotta talk to people at their level.
Oh, you're not gonna be.
I said
everybody.
Lower.
Okay, gotcha.
But you said lower. You said level.
On their level.
I said lower.
Well, no, it's not lower.
Based
I'm
on saying lower.
Okay, so. I'm gonna tell you what I meant by that. People that haven't heard things from their uncles, their daddies, their whatever, right? Stuff that we talk about in barbershops, stuff that men talk about to each other. He's exposing this stuff to women. Some guys have a problem with it because he's exposing this stuff to women, how men think, how they talk to each other, right? That's the problem that a lot of men have with it because, you giving up game, you giving up whatever. No, I mean, it's stuff that people aren't used to hearing. The thing I can say that's positive about this, right, is that, and what people don't understand is that the reason we're having all these conversations about black men, black women, because we're going to take it away from men and women here. We talk about black people. The reason we have these conversations, we didn't have these conversations for the last 30, 40 years. We haven't had these conversations. So because of him, we have these conversations. We could come up with some place that we could meet in the middle because of that, right? So whatever, people were like, I think I sent you a video where they were saying, is he problematic to the black community or something like that?
I don't think he's problematic to the black community. I just think he's like, I don't agree with how he's handling things, but I don't think he's problematic. Again, the problem, I don't think, no.
But that's what see, when people hear you talking, right, they're going to take that from it. That's what
I don't think you should follow him though. Just because I don't think he's problematic don't mean I think he's a solution.
No, and he doesn't, so he doesn't have to be a solution. Everything you got to take with a grain of salt. And I'm gonna say that even with stuff I say, right? Take with a grain of salt. It might fit your life, it might not fit your life.
But that's why I'm being clear. That's why I was being clear. Like, I feel like you're missing my message, and my message has been this whole time. What he's saying is this, and there's all of this happening around there. And if you listen to him, he gonna have you in a marriage that you're not fucking happy with because you look like a 4 and you finally ranked yourself the 4 you wanted to be. Because based on him, he done gave you an eating disorder because you got to be this weight. He make you put on makeup and all this other stuff. That's the messaging that he consistently gives.
No, not makeup. Not makeup.
See how you focused on only one thing?
But okay,
what about the weight thing? That's a whole eating disorder.
Okay, and what's the opposite of that? What's going on? 80% of women in this country, 80% of black women are what? Overweight.
No, but how you get there is how you get there. Like I'm saying, he's not trying to give a message that's positive. He's not, and he's not delivering it in a positive way. We could both be. If you can't agree on that, is he delivering it? Show me a video where he talks to a woman like they got sense.
Oh, there's several.
I need to see it.
There's several. I'll send you. But there's several. They're the young lady that had.
Just send it to me.
Okay, I'll send it. Okay, I'll send it.
I'll take it back on stream. Okay, I'll take it back. If you can show me 2 videos where he gave.
You moved the goalpost. You said 1. There's 2 though, but I'm just saying you initially said 1, but he said
don't.
Okay.
Anyway, so like my thing is this: I can show for your 1. Can you show 1 for 1?
Nicholas, why you keep? I mean, Nicole, why I keep saying Nicholas? Why I keep saying Nicholas? He must be doing something. For you keep moving the goalpost. No, you said 1.
No.
You said 2.
No, all I asked is for what I asked for.
No, you asked for.
I'm asking now. I'm asking as a question, not for you to give it to me.
No, okay.
Is there 1 video for 1 video?
It's probably not. You know what? I'm going. You can't. No, I'm answering you. See, no. I got to answer. No.
Yes or no.
See, you're doing what Kevin Sammy does. See, this is happening.
That's good.
Okay, exactly. So it's okay for you to do it, right?
I said, is there? Is there implies yes or no?
Yes. Now I'm to give you. No. I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. No.
All right. Is there 3 negative videos for 1 positive?
I can't answer that. You can't answer that.
No, I can't. I don't. Okay. But that's why I'm asking somebody who watches.
That's my son, Ray. Nicholas is my son.
Yeah, Nicholas is my nephew.
Yeah, that's my son. That's
my man. Isn't that just as bad? Pint size. Take a lick. Keep on ticking. Let me. All right. I'll ask you an open-ended question.
Okay.
Out of all the videos where give me the ratio that you feel based on your education, not mine, because I only watch what you send me.
Okay.
And then Vlad TV. I watch that and some other stuff. But based on what you know, what is the ratio of videos where he talks crazy to women versus videos where he's giving women like the information they need, tough love all day long, but giving it to them in a way that is respectful?
Okay, the ratio that he gives them. So respectful is subjective, right? Isn't it subjective? No, it's subjective.
Respectful is not calling them let me set up the parameters. The parameter is that he's not calling them out their name.
Okay. He's
not insulting he's not calling them out their name. He's not degrading them. Right? That's simple. He can tell them stuff they don't want to hear, but I'm talking about when he's calling people out their name and that kind of stuff. Tell me that ratio.
I could give you 1 for 1 for that. The where he's not calling my name, he'll just hang up on him at some point, and he started doing
disrespectful.
It. No, okay.
But I'm just being clear. That is disrespectful.
You're coming to his platform. If somebody come in, listen. If somebody come to your house,
respectful up until that point where you
yes.
All right, then give me the ratio.
It's a ratio. I could give you 1 for 1 for that. I'm telling you, to where he just hangs up on them.
So for every one,
if you talk about when he starts talking to women,
every one video,
where he calls them out of the name and just where I'd say he's totally disrespectful, I could give you 1 for 1. I could give you 1 for 1 for that.
Stupid. You're a linebacker.
Yeah. He said that.
Is that respectful?
And he said that.
Is that respectful?
subjectively, is it no, listen, subjective. That's subjective, right? So if I tell you,
would you want somebody to call your mama that? That's how I define respect. Would you want somebody to call your? Could somebody walk up to you in front of your face and call your mama that, and say the things that he said?
You're as big as a linebacker?
Yes.
And I want to say I would. So I would be on. He's stupid as hell. I would be on the fence about that. So context matters. Context matters. And the thing is, what you
very nicely. I hate Ray.
Context, and that is nice. That's actually that's respectful. No, that is nice. That is nice compared to no. That is
240 pounds. This is nice.
Okay.
240 pounds. Respectfully, so 240 pounds is a lot. You have what we call comparing somebody to a linebacker is disrespectful.
Nicole, if you got somebody coming on, okay, once again, if you somebody calling your platform, if somebody come to your house, somebody comes to your house.
Now you're changing the parameters.
No, I'm not. It is the parameter. It is the parameter.
All I'm asking you is this.
Context matters. If somebody disrespects you first, does it matter?
No. Still, yeah, two wrongs don't make a right. You're wrong. He's wrong. I'm not saying that they're not wrong. That's not the question. The question was, is he a part of the solution?
No, that wasn't a question.
Yeah, it was. I was saying because he can't tell you how he can't fix you if he's insulting you. My question specifically to you was for every disrespectful time.
And I said I could give you 1-to-1. Now move on to what I'm about to tell you.
And then I said respect. I said, and I defined.
And
respect,
you keep moving the goalposts.
You keep moving. No, you said it was subjective.
No.
And then you stopped.
What was the initial question, Nicole?
You said
you gave me 4 different questions.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You start off with one video.
Can you
send you a video?
I told you to send.
Okay,
that wasn't it.
Can you find a video? No. Can you find a video? Go back and look.
I told you.
Can you find? No. At first, it started because you said, "Can you find a video where he spoke?" Exactly. That was a question, right?
But
the first thing was
about this.
Nicole, you said 4 different questions.
I'm focused.
No, you're not.
You've moved
Go back
along.
and look. No, you're not. You keep moving the
I said, would
goalposts.
you consider that respect? Could he walk up to your mom and tell you
that is the 4th question?
Okay, that's what conversations
are. No, it's not because I'm keep on trying to answer something. I keep on trying to import. It's not a conversation, Nicole, because you keep going back asking me questions. And when I start to try yes or no, that's not a conversation. Yes or no is not a conversation. I
want y'all to realize when you watch the video.
Yes or no is not a conversation.
Ask him a question he don't want to answer that's unfavorable to his.
I answered your question already.
He stops. He never answered a question to talk about. Somebody walked up to his mom and told his mama that she was a linebacker and she was built like a linebacker. He would be okay
as big
with that,
as a linebacker.
The truth is he would not. That's the truth. He would, and that's
as big as a line. Once again, once again, I'm going to say this again. Respect is subjective. If my mama came and told him some disrespectful shit, would I be offended? Would I be offended?
I didn't ask that question. That's not what I asked. I asked, is it disrespectful,
Nicole,
if he says to you,
what you're doing, you're framing up something, Nicole, that is not the reality. It's not the reality.
Is a question.
But the thing is, you're framing it up. That's not the reality.
If I hit you, and if you hit me,
okay,
the police taking us both to jail.
Okay, true. But the thing is, what you're trying to say is that he is the problem for doing what he's doing. When the thing is, they called in this show and they disrespect him first. Is he not supposed to lash out? Is he supposed to be Jesus Christ? But you're framing. No, you're not. You're framing it up in that way.
He's disrespectful to women. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. He said you're built like one. He didn't call her a linebacker. That's different.
I don't.
That's different.
No, you're using that one statement. I've heard multiple times he talked about. You're built like so and so. You're built like this.
Once again, built like.
Whatever. We're done. We're done with this.
You still not.
We're done with this. I'm done with this conversation.
Okay.
I'm done.
Once again, back to the red pill, MGTOW, Black Manosphere. Because Kevin Samuels doesn't start and end this. It was there before he got there. But once and we got stuck on him, but he does not speak for any of this. So back to that. We're gonna break that down outside of him. Okay, red pill me again. Outside of the man that we have issues with, we're gonna go outside.
I don't have issues with him. I see him clearly.
Okay, and you see him clearly. But the thing is, outside of what you feel, whatever, it does not have anything to do with him.
Facts.
It's not facts. Anyway, outside of him, taking him off the table, banning him from the conversation, we're going to talk about all 3 of these points outside of him, without him being in the conversation at all.
We're going to talk about him.
No.
We're going to look him up, and I'm going to look him up, and we're going to show proof. We're going to have a Kevin Samuels off. where I'm gonna actually do some fucking research and pull some pictures, some videos of him saying shit. And like in context or outside context, it does not matter.
No, it does.
Like,
Context always matters.
No, it doesn't. That's a 50-something-year-old man. You mean
context always matters? No, it's not about control. Context always matters.
My point being is that man
Nicole,
is not
you can't do that. Then you cannot do that. You can't do that. You can't take context off the table.
Okay.
So that's just like white people saying.
Then your video should be great.
Okay.
Then your video should be great, showing how he shows up and great and amazing.
Okay.
You should have
listen. Okay, that's just like the first video you went viral, right? When I sent it to you, what happened? What do you say?
I still feel the same way.
No. Go back. I asked you a question.
She was wrong.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
I said she was wrong.
No, you went back.
She came down and called him, and she called him about something he didn't even want to talk about.
Okay.
I said she was wrong.
Okay, you might have. I'm sorry.
I absolutely said
I'm sorry.
that.
Yeah. Okay, so did
that chick was dizzy.
No, but listen. Okay, but listen what I'm saying. The 7-minute clip, what did they show? The 7-minute clip that everybody was.
But I didn't feel like he
was.
No, listen,
answer my question.
I didn't feel like he was being rude. That's the one video where I felt like he wasn't being rude.
Okay, cool. But
she wasn't attractive.
Okay. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that here. But what I'm saying is that the way you feel is the way other people feel, right? About they saw the 7-minute clip. You saying context doesn't matter is people looking at a 7-minute clip making an assumption based on a 7-minute clip, but not seeing the previous
context of that statement. What they were saying, it does matter. And that what he's saying, what I'm saying is he is an adult male, and it don't matter if somebody offend me. My respect to you should not be defined by whether or not you're respectful to me.
So does it matter for a woman?
It doesn't matter, period. I don't live in that woman man shit.
No, but you just said for a black man.
I don't live in that shit. Wrong is fucking wrong, no matter what.
So who strikes first? Is it matter who strikes first?
It does not matter. Your response and your actions to somebody else. You know how much times people have done me shit? Some people have tried to fucking destroy me. How I move is me. At the end of the day, it represents me as a person.
I agree with that, but the human part is.
Then I'm better than human.
Okay, well, and that might be. But we can't fault people for being human.
I can.
Okay,
that's the problem. That's the problem because we keep giving people permission to be shitty, and then because they have an excuse to be shitty, we give them permission. Just like you ain't giving them girls permission who took advantage of the Weinstein situation. You're not giving them credit. You're not taking away their part that they played in it. I'm not going to take away his part that he plays in it. Either way, that's the part that they play.
I didn't say they're not a victim.
I didn't say. Did I say that?
But I'm saying I'm talking about me because you said something towards me about what I did. What I was talking. But I'm just saying it.
Okay, I'm just being clear. I never once put that on you.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying you didn't shrink their responsibility.
Yes, true. And I didn't shrink his responsibility. I'm not shrinking his responsibility. No, I'm not. I never said he didn't say none of that stuff. I never said that. But what I'm saying is what you're saying is not totally correct. That's all I'm saying.
Which part wasn't correct?
The fact that you're saying that he's telling a female a certain thing, he's making females do something. You cannot make anybody do it.
He was making them do it.
He's making people think.
Cause people to have.
Oh, he can cause
people to have eating disorders, and that is a fact.
Okay,
because we just come from saying that the media controls the narrative. I appreciate the fact now. On the hindsight, like on the flip side, I appreciate the fact that he says that all this surgery that people are getting done is a problem.
Exactly.
I appreciate that.
So what is he trying to tell you do? Do it what kind of way? Responsible, right? He tells them go to the gym. He tells them go to the gym.
Following those girls, those Instagram models and stuff like that.
Yeah, don't touch.
What I saw him talk about, he was talking about that.
Yeah,
he was like, don't follow them. That's not going to get you a husband.
But the overall message, no, I'm talking about overall message. Overall message is about plastic surgery.
I say.
Okay, but
I'm just telling you what I'm not trying to lie on the man.
Okay.
I'm just telling you what I saw. And the saw was about what I saw was him saying Instagram models don't make wives.
Okay, and that's true. So I'm telling you the overall premise is that getting plastic surgery, getting all that stuff done to you, makeup done to you is not the way to go. You don't do that. He's telling them, you talking about giving them what is this again? The eating disorder, right? He's not talking about. He says go to the gym. He's telling specific. When you tell me something, right? My response to you is something specific that he said, right? I'm not telling you something that I think he's saying. I'm telling you specific words. He said go to the gym. You be fit, friendly, and whatever. I can't remember the other. Be fit and friendly, right? I'm just gonna say those two because I remember, right? Being fit means he tell her exactly, go to the gym, bust your ass in the gym to get as fit as you can possibly be. He doesn't say go in there and starve yourself. He never says that. As fit as possible.
I didn't say he says that. But I said he's the reason why people have eating disorders. Because nobody gonna want you because you fat. Nobody gonna want you because you got kids. Lower your standards.
Okay, so there's a whole thing right now about that. We could go.
I'm just telling you
but that's
what he's saying. I don't care about the rest of the stuff. I'm talking about his response. Like I'm not even saying he's responsible because he's not.
Okay, and that's what we getting at. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm saying that what he's saying has an effect, and if we're talking about the media, I have stayed consistent this whole conversation about stuff. Yes, I have. If I'm talking about the media saying what we're doing, then what is he saying?
Okay. You once again, what is this whole message? And that's why I keep pushing back on you.
If you're gonna give a message, you gotta keep consistent with your message. And I'm telling you, his videos, the videos that
he builds. Okay, can you build on the message? Can you build on a message? No. Can you build on a message? Can you have a framework, right? If we're talking about a series of stuff,
framework is not a good framework.
Okay, and that's opinion, that's subjective. Once again, if you have a framework, like my framework on blackmail I'm about to go into is the cancers of the black community, right? I'm going to give a framework of it, then I'm going to build on that framework to give you
consistent.
Huh? And that's true. That might be true.
You're consistent. He is not. And so the difference is he's not consistent.
Okay. All right.
And he's not consistent. And that's just what it is. Okay. Call it what you like. Okay. I can show you where he wasn't being consistent.
Okay. And we talking consistency. Okay. I'll give you that. We talking consistency. I'll give you that. Okay. To the average eye looking at him, he doesn't seem to be consistent. If you don't go to his lives,
you have to be a regular follower to differentiate stuff.
That's what I agree with you with. Perfect. That's the perfect way of saying it, right? You have to go in there and you have to go in there and you have to listen to once he starts something, because he said stuff, right? He said, so the thing he proved, right? People don't actually listen. He said he does a monologue, 25-minute monologue, and I'm talking about one show. I don't think I shared this with you, right? He said, are women dudes, right? DUDES. In the 25-minute monologue, he spelled out, it was an anagram for dude, right? He said this 3 times. The anagram for dude, right?
What is it?
All
right, that wasn't the point.
I know unappreciative, something unappreciative, disrespectful or something like that. I can't remember, but it was an analog, right? He said it 3 times. Woman came on there talking about, no, I don't think women are dudes. Women are dudes. Women are this, that, the other. And it's like, did you even listen? Were you even listening to the monologue? When he gets snappy and stuff, it's for shit like that. It's like, okay, I said something 3 times.
I agree with you, Ray.
So Kill saying has some inconsistency issues when the woman is making great money. He shifts perspective quick to still tear her down.
Women are making a point. When a woman makes a point on that show, he shifts shit immediately.
Okay.
To frame his narrative.
And I've seen it. I agree. I've seen it. Is it everything? I've seen it happen on occasions, right?
But the difference is I've said from jump. I actually agree with some of the stuff
I can only point out, and I go back and I research, because when I'm researching the style, because people are gravitating to that, right? Mm-hmm. People are gravitating to that. So the thing is trying to be a content creator, trying to give them something.
Trying to learn what works.
I'm trying to learn what works, and I'm trying to get into the cracks, into the what you call them. So that's why I view them.
But when I'm saying, like, and if you rewind this video, the very first thing I did was give him his props. I actually agree with the stuff he said, is what I said. But then I said, and then I went into the stuff that I had a problem with, and it's consistently still the same. Okay. Now, just because I didn't say it in the way you didn't like it.
It was not about the way I would like it. It's about,
because when I said that he's inconsistent,
it
made sense.
The people that we're talking about, when you say inconsistent, yes, okay, inconsistent, yes, but you have to, once you said what you said, you have to listen, you have to constantly listen to get the other stuff.
Yeah,
and that's
but
what I'm trying to say.
But my thing is this. My thing is, sometimes, like a baseball game, right? Mm-hmm. You're the pitcher. Your job is to throw the ball and down the line, right? That's the point. I can't hear.
But no, what? You can't hear?
I can't read what he
said. But sorry. To an engineer, the moment he shifts, he's no longer credible.
That is true, Ray.
So
that is fucking
and that's
true.
that's what and that's
that
what
is the thing.
But see, the thing is, to the audience, right? You're saying something, and me arguing the point is because of to the audience, right? Because your perception is whatever.
Actually, your perception, not the audience perception.
No. What you're saying is you're giving the audience a certain perception, right?
Oh, all day.
And I'm trying to. My pushback is trying to try to counter that argument, and that's what I'm trying to get to you to understand.
Yeah, but my pushback
your perception is not everybody else is an engineer. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
understand what he's saying.
Does that mean that my opinion
I never said your opinion doesn't matter, Nicole. You're giving more stuff.
I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying as a question. Gotcha. Okay. Does it mean that?
No, it matters.
So then I'm allowed to say that he needs to work on this. I already gave him his credit. I gave him his credit. I said I agree with the shit he's saying. But niggas need to lose weight. Oh, fuck.
Start over. One day she's 0 days saying the N-word.
People need to lose weight. Right? It is like the stuff the context. The context of like what I can gather out of it. Like to me, I don't have a problem with Kevin Samuels. I personally, because what could I lose weight? Absolutely. Right? Should you always look your best? Yeah, sure. I'm okay with that. That's not a message I'm against. I'm not against those things. It's the other stuff where he's like, "You stupid, you this." Like I think it was a video you just sent me. Yeah, it was a video. 3 women came on there. All of them, like, and the one he should have got, and that's the other thing. That's the thing that pissed me off most.
Which one he should have got?
The fat lady. Because it fit his narrative that she was married. He didn't address the fact that she said that she was, she 200 and something pounds, but she in the right place.
No, he did. No, he did address it. You didn't listen. We told her you got a husband though. So what I say don't matter. But what I say don't matter because your man. Because what, Nicole?
But my thing is,
what is his objective?
To define. No, but I get the objective.
Okay, but it feeds in. So people that
consistently he's been coming at people and saying you built like a linebacker.
I mean, why I keep calling Nicholas?
All I'm saying, keep that same energy. If he had stopped her, I would have been on board with him. If he had corrected her when she said, I'm 220, but I'm built in the right way. I'm coke bar shape. He's like 220 is still 220.
Nicole,
there's still health issues that come from 220.
Okay, true.
There's still this that comes from 220. True. I'd be on board with him. He wouldn't have heard a word from me. Okay. But the fact that she was the only one singing his praises, he didn't give it
that wasn't the reason why.
That's how I felt.
Okay, and once again, stop and let me talk. Just don't say nothing right now. Let me talk. The reason why, because you felt it, don't mean this isn't the reason why. Because he said it. He told her out his mouth, "You are married. I can't tell you anything about that because your husband chooses you. Your husband is still there. You're married. You're still married. How can I tell you anything about what you got going on?" That is the point. If we both agree with,
because he said before that you're in a higher rate of. He's told people about their weight and how health issues come from their weight.
And that's
that
true.
Woman was 5'4".
That is
and
true.
She's 220.
Okay.
So no, if he cares about your health issues, he cares
about that's not his overall message. But he's pointed out for a reason.
He pointed out to win the argument. Those women he was trying to win that because the same women was like he thick with it. I've heard people say the same thing, and he said the same thing to them. That you can have diabetes.
Were they married? Were they married?
I can't deal with that. That's such a stupid argument.
His outcome. He's what he says. This is what he says.
Use the argument. That's like me saying.
Nicole,
that's like me saying. White people have the same issues that black people have, and then the one time you agree with me, and then you say, like, as a white man, you say you agree with me that like white people.
How do we get back on Kevin Samuels? I had moved off of this.
No, because I'm not done. Because we're not done. We're not done. Like, you can't, if you're gonna say there's a problem, don't use in debate. There's a format to debating arguments, right? There's a full the format to debating arguments. And when you sit there and use something as a way to win the argument, and then you discard it when you choose to, that means that you really don't believe that. You're just trying to win the argument.
Okay.
And that's my problem with that. That's where that's where I have he loses my respect.
Listen, but is it an argument if they agree?
Who?
Is it an argument if they agree?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is it a debate if they agree with you?
With me?
No, with him. It was a debate.
It's a debate if he says yes, because
no, it's not a debate if they don't agree. If they agree,
she told him that 220 was fine.
No, the overall.
No,
okay,
but you keep focusing on overall. I'm saying I'm focusing on the message.
Matters.
Stop that. Fuckery.
Context matters.
Stop that fuckery.
Context matters.
See, the difference is I can give him credit and I can take away the shit. And my statement is, and I made this statement when you're debating something and you're using this debate and you're using something to prove this answer.
We're debating something right now.
You cannot use this something to not disprove the answer.
We're debating right now. We're debating right now, and context matters. Does it matter?
It invalidates you.
Does context matter?
It invalidates you if you use it incorrectly.
No, Does context matters? Does context matter? Huh?
Yeah, it did. Because you saw it on his face.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? I'm asking questions. Yes or no? Does context matter? Does context matter?
I'm gonna handle it like you handle it.
Maybe, no, I answer your question. See, and I answer your question. I'll tell you yes or no. Does context matter?
Sometimes it doesn't.
Everybody, it's been 2 hours, 30-something minutes.
I want you to watch that
and I'm going to talk to y'all. We'll be back next week.
Watch that video again,
and we'll talk to y'all.
No, let me finish.
Because this foolishness.
Let me finish.
Watch
that video again. When she say 240, watch his face.
Once again, did she agree with him? Did you say she agreed with him? Okay, why are you not talking? Did she agree with him? Did she have a disagreement?
I'm gonna put that line.
He asked for
240. When she said
he asked for disagreement and detractors. Initially, 220, whatever he said.
I'm gonna look at his face, and his face is like it matters.
Okay, but still, once again, you saw in his face, but he came back and he said it. What matters is context. He asked for detractors and disagreements, right? He didn't have to have no smoke for her because she agreed. It was a smoke show. That's what it's called, the smoke show. So that matters. He didn't want to have nothing for her because he wanted to smoke. That matters.
It's called a smoke show. He wouldn't have a problem telling her to smoke.
He wants them to break. Okay, anyway. Goodbye, y'all. See y'all next week. It's over. I'm tired of talking about Kevin Samuels. Goodbye. Goodbye. Have a nice week. Still arguing. But y'all not gonna hear it. Y'all not gonna hear it.